have a Bourne Cotuit matchup here tonight at Doran Park. Welcome into pregame Tomahawk Talk. I'm Ariel Tamir-Pinsky, joined by Adam Gotkin and Devon Jarvis. The Braves will take on the Kettleers for the third time this season. Remind us what happened in those first two games.
Yeah, both games before. The last one here at Doran Park was certainly a fun one. It ended with a Braden Holcomb walk-off. Was a really, really good game. The other side, the one at Cotuit, was just one that Bourne fell back in really early. They allowed 2 runs in each of the first 4 innings, and that was good enough for Cotuit to end up winning the game. This Bourne team hasn't had that identity of letting a lot of runs at the start of games, so you're looking at a Cotuit team that's a lot different because they've been playing a lot better baseball recently than they have at the start of the season, and a Bourne team who has a new, rejuvenated roster who has also been playing a different brand of baseball.
Adam, talk to me a little bit about what you think one of the keys is to winning this game tonight.
I think the big thing when you look at the lineup and the offense today, it's you want to see production from 1 through 9. This offense has been really good over the last week. Last time out, it was the top of the order that struggled a little bit, so you're looking for them, to get back to their ways and get back on base. They did it just once yesterday, but, these guys are all hitting 300 or above at the top of the order, so you have to imagine that they will. This is just the sport of baseball, and, every once in a while, some guys just don't get a hit.
We have Matthew Shorey on the mound for us tonight. He's been a strong arm. We need to see that from the rest of our bullpen, too.
Yeah, Shorey's going to likely pitch a good game today. You'll hear more about him later, but the bullpen really needs to come in and pitch well to support Matthew Shorey. There's been a couple times where Bourne has had a really good position after their starter left the game, including yesterday, and they just couldn't follow it up with relievers who really stayed in there. Yesterday, the game was lost for Bourne when a reliever blew the lead, so it's just important that Bourne has really good performances from their bullpen. You got a lot of fresh arms out there, 2 rest days on Wednesday and Thursday, so it should be a good opportunity to see what the entire pitching staff can do. Last time against Cotuit, the relievers looked great, so maybe that can come back.
Well, first pitch will be at 6 p.m. here at Doran Park, but don't go anywhere. We have more pregame coverage coming up next. Continuing on pregame coverage, I'm now joined by Lyle Alenstein. Lyle, they just announced the league all-stars for the Cape. We have 7 here in Bourne.
Yeah, we got 7, 2 pitchers, Will Whelan and Jonathan Stevens, and then the rest of the guys, you've got Cade Lewis, John LeGrande, Kahio Aloy, who's going to be the only starter and participating in the home run contest, Riker Waite, and Logan Hughes. Honestly, last year the Braves had 6. This year they've got 7. Good representation when they head to YD on Saturday.
And Matthew Shorey will be starting on the bump for us tonight. He's been a good arm for us all season.
Yeah, 2-0 ERA, just over 1, 15 innings pitched. This has been a really strong arm consistently throughout the whole summer, and he's going to look to keep it going tonight.
Well, thanks for joining me. Braves will take on Cotuit tonight here at 6 p.m. Ariel Tamir-Pinsky now joined by Jonathan Stevens from UAB. Jonathan, you were just named a league all-star for the Cape. What does that honor mean to you?
That's awesome. It means a lot. I mean, I've worked very hard while I'm up here and in the spring, too. It's just great that, all that hard work's kind of paying off here.
And this is your second year with Bourne. Any differences you've noticed with this team compared to the last team?
Yeah, I mean, I love these guys here. Last year was really fun. I came here in the playoffs, so it was kind of different energy. It's a lot more laid back now. Everyone's really happy and just glad to be here.
You recently just committed to UAB. What drew you to that program?
I'm really familiar with the head coach, Case. He recruited me a lot out of high school, good family friend. I just want to pitch there, stay close to home, and just have fun there for sure.
And you've been pitching some of your best baseball in your career. You have the opportunity to be a starter at UAB. What's that process been like for you?
It's been good. That's what I was looking for out of the portal for real, is just to throw a lot of innings. I'm trying. And then, just all that. Just staying at home, close to Birmingham is kind of what I looked for sure.
Well, thanks for joining me. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
It's a beautiful Saturday evening at Doran Park for the Game 22 matchup between the Bourne Braves and the Cotuit Kettleers. We stay in division for this one. In the West, it's the number 3 Bourne Braves and the number 2 Kettleers here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV. Devon Jarvis alongside Adam Gotkin and the third member of our team and sideline reporter Ariel Tamir-Pinsky to join us later in the broadcast. These two teams neck and neck, just 1 point away from each other in the West Division, so the game today here at Doran has major playoff seeding implications, Adam. These two teams have faced off twice so far, and they've both been very interesting ones. The last one at Doran, a walk-off. The one most recently, more dominated by the Kettleers, but it's 2 completely different teams since the last time these squads have played.
That's just how this West Division has played out so far this season. There's been a lot of change, as usual, in the Cape League, and really all the teams have been pretty similar. There's been hot spells and cold spells for everyone right now. more than halfway through the season, the first place and last place teams in the West Division are separated by just 5 points. In the East, it's not that much different. The top team and last place team separated by just 7. Overall, there is really a lot of parity in the league this year. Everyone is good, and it makes things fun because any given day, you never know what's going to happen.
It's been a very up and down season for the Bravos so far. They've had win streaks as long as 5, losing streaks as long as 5, and it seems as though the streakiness is now gone. They are 1-2 in their last 3 games, still searching to find something to build off of, but with new players coming in and a lot recently leaving for potential draft selections on Monday, this is a different roster for the Bravos. How have you seen this new offense and new defense show themselves in these recent games, Adam?
Well, there's not really that many new guys coming in. It's really a lot of the same players who are just now forced to take on other roles, whether it's playing a position that we haven't seen them at in a while or just playing almost every single game. So, I think that's definitely a challenge for these guys. It's a very short roster right now, just 11 position players for the Braves. So, it's definitely a challenge for these guys, but I think that Bourne right now has the right type of player in the dugout, and the fact that they have guys who want to play every day, not players who are content with just sitting down and watching their teammates, which is at the end of the day what you want to see. You don't want a group of players that are fine with sitting on the bench. You want guys that want to be playing day in, day out.
They surely have a talented roster. The All-Star selections in the Cape League were released today, and 7 selections the Bourne Braves had. 5 of those selections were position players, and every single one in the starting lineup today. Some selections on Cotuit's side as well. Starters Ryan Farber and Jack Natalie will be in the starting lineup for Cotuit. So now that we've kind of graced what these starting lineups are, Adam, what do we have for Cotuit first and then the Bourne Braves after?
Well, for the Kettleers, it's Dean West who plays center field and leads things off. Batting second is the designated hitter Caden Bogenpole. And the number 3 spot is the shortstop and the run-scoring leaner for the Kettleers, the only guy who has played in every game, Ryan Farber. Batting cleanup is the catcher Jack Natalie. Batting 5th is the right fielder Nolan Stevens. And the number 6 spot playing second base is Luke Matthews. Batting 7th is the third baseman Camden Johnson. And the number 8 spot's the left fielder Andrew Wiggins. And to round out the starting lineup, Case Sanderson plays first base. Max Hogg gets his first start of the summer today for the Cotuit Kettleers. He's got a 12.71 ERA through 5 bullpen appearances. For the Bourne Braves, Riker Waite leads things off. He is the designated hitter today, looking to bounce back from an 0-for-5 outing yesterday. Braden Holcomb bats second. He plays first base today. Holcomb is still the only Bourne Brave to play in every game this season. Cam Kozel bats third. He's in his second place spot, back to normal after designated hitter yesterday. Batting cleanup is Kahio Aloy, Bourne's representative in the home run contest next weekend. In the number 5 spot is the third baseman and batting average leader and RBI leader for the Braves, Cade Lewis. Batting 6th is the left fielder Gavin Kelly. In the number 7 spot is the catcher Campbell Smithwick. Batting 8th is the shortstop Ryan Cooney, who's been swinging the bat really well recently, and batting 9th is John Legrande. Matt Shorey gets his 3rd start of the summer. He's been one of the Braves' best pitchers this year, an ERA of 1.15 in 2 starts and 5 appearances.
We will step aside for the national anthem. Adam, thank you for the starting lineups, and be back for first pitch on the other side of this break.
With her husband Mike and their 3 children. Oh, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare
First pitch ahead between the Bourne Braves and the Cotuit Kettleers for this in-division West Division matchup. Devon Jarvis alongside Adam Gotkin and Ariel Tamir-Pinsky, our sideline reporter, joins us in a few innings. Well, only thing that's ahead to begin this game is the first pitch. Cotuit, as a squad, are currently tied for fourth in the West Division. They are just 1 point behind the Bourne Braves, who have themselves just 19 points with a record of 9-11-1. It's been a little bit since these two teams have faced off, Adam, but these two squads look completely different in certain ways. The pitching staff for Cotuit especially has had a lot of turnover. Over 50% of their staff has gone home and been replaced by new faces. That's just the way this league goes. Inning limits can do that to you. Scott Landers, the experienced Bourne Braves manager, not by years, but just by the amount of times he's seen the depths of the playoffs, he's been able to manage his pitching staff very well and presents one of his best starters on the year in today's matchup in Matt Shorey. He has 5 appearances so far, 2 of them just starts, and only 1 earned run in those 2 starts in 7 1/3 innings. He has a 4-pitch mix, fastball, slider, changeup, sinker, and boy, is it a big day for him. You want to show that those first 2 starts are not anomalies, Adam, and the perfect way to do it is to go against this Cotuit offense that has picked up pace as the season's gone on.
Shorey has been one of the biggest surprises for this Bourne pitching staff. Started off the season as a bullpen arm, got thrown into the starting rotation because of an injury as a spot starter, and he excelled in that outing against the Falmouth Commodores. Then in his second start of the season against YD, he had maybe the best start by any Bourne pitcher yet this season. Gave up just 1 hit in 5 innings of work, went less than 60 pitches. So we'll see what the left-hander can do today. He's a very uncomfortable at bat. He's got a bit of a wonky arm angle all the way down close to 3/4. So makes things very difficult for hitters and keeps them off balance.
Well, he starts his day off against these top 3 in the Cotuit order: Dean West, Caden Bogenpole, and Ryan Farber. Batters 1 through 7 were the exact same as Cotuit had yesterday in their interesting matchup against the Falmouth Commodores. It was a controversial one, ended due to darkness. Lauren Hibbs did not remain the entire time in the game, was ejected toward the end. So a little bit of adversity for the Kettleers, and now it's time for the Bourne Braves to drop off. Don't let this win streak, rather loss streak, continue and get back in the winner's circle. Still 2 games away from 500. They've only been 500 twice this season, after Game 2 and after Game 11. So the Bravos begin here. They're wearing their ice white uniforms, head to toe, and the Cotuit Kettleers in their crimson maroon jerseys and pinstripe pants. It's the lefty and Dean West to begin. This lineup for Cotuit has a lot of left-handers. 7 left-handers or switch hitters, only 2 righties. Dean West out of UCLA will begin things. The lefty out of Vanderbilt strikes first with strike 1. Shorey, in his 3 appearances as a reliever, was also extremely solid. Not just has he been good as a starter, only 1 earned run in those 3 games, and was the starter last time for the Bravos just a week ago today against YD. 1-1 pitch into the right-handed batter's box away from Dean West. That's what's made him really special. In that game against YD, Bourne had what is probably their best win of this season, Adam. They didn't force the most runs on the season, but they only allowed 1 and put up 10 against, at that time, the league's best squad. YD 12-8-2 right now, is second in the East Division. The 3-1 from Shorey. Fastball down Broadway for strike 2. Bravos trying to find magic as they did last week. A 5-game win streak is what they had, as a well-struck ball is put up the middle by West. The first batter is on for the Kettleers, and once again, the problem that the Bravos faced yesterday in allowing those first base runners continues.
That's something you're going to see a lot today from this Cotuit offense. Soft base hits and a lot of singles. They hit the ball really well against left-handed pitchers. 276, that's the third highest batting average in the league against lefties, but they usually don't hit for that much power, just 12 extra base hits against left-handers. You compare that to 26 against righties. So, you know, they get on base but just struggle to hit for power, so you'll see a lot of singles and some small ball.
Runner on first now. Shorey works against Caden Bogenpole, only his 10th game with the Kettleers. He was in a different spot earlier this summer in the Prospect League with Cape. First pitch, a strike from Shorey. Dean West, the runner on first, given a little dancing as the ball comes in for ball one. West 2 for 2 on stolen bags this year. Hasn't played in a ton of games as well, only his 12th this time. Bogenpole batting .222 heading into this one. 5 RBIs in his limited time. Has been very efficient with runners in scoring position as the ball comes low from Shorey on the pitch. Bogenpole only 4 hits so far and 5 RBIs. The 2-1. Just above the zone for ball 3. Both beginnings to the at-bats for Shorey have seen a 3-1 count. This could do a team with disciplined eyes to begin.
One of the better things about Shorey in his last outing was just how efficient he was. 57 pitches in just 5 innings. He's already at 10 here in the first today with no outs. He's just falling behind early in these counts.
Oh, here's a pickle. Dean West in trouble. They're going back and forth, and Braden Holcomb, the first baseman, able to make the tag. That's that really difficult pickoff move that Shorey has as he's limping here after the pickoff attempt. Not a good sign to see on his right leg. Adam, I'm going to defer to you to the scorebook back and forth.
I lost all of them, but I think if I remember correctly, it would have been 1-3-6. 3-6-3 maybe, if that's the correct amount of 3s and 6s.
Shorey hobbling his way back to the hill. Does not look very comfortable. Just got caught up in that rundown. This is not a sight you want to see to begin this game. Well, now just 1 out for the Kettleers. That initial base runner does go back to the dugout. Sure, we're going to take a couple warm-up pitches here to see if he's still okay. It was the right leg that he seemed to be nagging with. And that is his plant leg, so the better option of the two. And he seems to be throwing all right. The trainers and skipper Scott Landers will go back to the third base dugout and leave way for Bogenpole to come back into the batter's box. So after a bit of a pause, Bogenpole comes back in. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. The pitch. Fastball swinging a deep drive left field. It's slicing to the left fielder in Gavin Kelly. Makes the grab on his heels just by the warning track.
That's one of the better hit balls that you'll see in this park to the opposite field, but especially on a day like today, it just has no chance of going out. The wind is blowing in from left field, as it does so often here at Dorn Park, and to hit it out, it's close to impossible.
We've only seen a handful of home runs here at Dorn Park. And it hasn't come recently either. It was just last week. Ryan Farber, an all-star starter for this Cotuit squad, comes up. He's one of 3 position players to be an all-star for the Kettleers. It'll be him, Jack Natili, as well as Avincula. Swing and a miss on the low pitch. Farber in a No ball, 2-strike count. Best start for Shorey yet. Slider misses away.
Farber, one of the all-star selections for Cotuit this summer. He's had a excellent season. He's the only Kettleer to play in every single game. He's hitting .321. He's got double-digit RBIs and runs scored.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. No need to worry about Shorey. He gets 2 quick outs right after the pause. We send things to a short break here in the middle of the first inning. The Bourne Bats will present themselves for the first time today at Doran Park when we come back.
Please be respectful by picking up trash, not throwing balls against the buildings, and staying out of areas that are closed.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust, with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Back here on Cape League TV and the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network, it's Cotuit and their defense out. Max Hogg, the pitcher out of George Washington, on the bump for the Kettleers, and he goes against the first 3 in this Bravos offense. Riker Waite, Braden Holcomb, and Camden Kojal. We'll go over that defense for you first from the Kettleers. Andrew Wiggins is playing left field. In center is Dean West, and in right field, Nolan Stevens. The infield for the Kettleers from left to right is Camden Johnson at third, Ryan Farber at shortstop, Luke Matthews at second base, and Case Sanderson at first. Behind the dish, Jack Naptilli, and again on the mound, Max Hogg. He comes in here with not the greatest string of games so far with the Cats. An ERA of 12.71 in just 5 2/3 pitched. He makes his first appearance as a starter today, so maybe things switch up when he has the opportunity to begin the game. Not an easy batter to begin against in Riker Waite, the freshman out of Vanderbilt. Just got an all-star selection as well, will be one of the reserves for the West.
Tonight is a spot start for Hogg. The original starter was scratched this morning, so called up at the last moment to get his first start of the summer. We'll see if Hogg can deliver for his team.
1-0 up and away. It was a really good performance from the starter yesterday for Cotuit. Evans went 4 innings against the Commodores, only allowed 2 runs, but it was just a relief effort that wasn't up to what they hoped for. Cotuit ended up losing their ball game after a 7 spot in the top of the 7th by the Commodores, and that can sincerely shake up some stuff in the West. Well-blasted ball left field. It's a long chase for Wiggins, but he makes the grab drifting toward the left field line.
It's going to be important for Hogg to settle in early on and get some outs quickly in the first inning, just to gain some confidence, because as we've said, this just hasn't been the greatest summer yet for him. He's struggled, especially with giving up hits. He's given up 9 and now 6 innings this summer, so if he can just start off strong, then that's going to make a big difference.
He works with a 4-pitch mix: fastball, changeup, slider, and curveball. Braden Holcomb, the new batter for the Bravos, into the right-handed box. 2 for 4 yesterday and scored a run. was one of 4 runs that the Bravos had in yesterday's game. They put up a good fight against the Gatemen after going down 2 in the first, but it was just a back-and-forth battle that really was a really solid ball game, Adam, but of course not in the favor of Bourne.
It's just one of the better games that we've had this season where, we just haven't seen that many times where, you have lead changes and tie games late on. It's been a lot of close game, or not close games, kind of blowouts all throughout, then a team coming back. Last night we saw, a couple ties throughout. Bourne tried to rally in the 9th inning, got the tying run in scoring position, then just, couldn't bring it home, but it ended up just being a nice, entertaining game.
You talked about it in the pregame as a swing and a miss from Braden Holcomb is good for out number 2. But the top of the order was not where it needed to be yesterday. 0 for 12 with just 1 walk in yesterday's game. That came from Nick Groves, but Cam Kojal went 0 for 4. Riker Waite went 0 for 5. Not a recipe for winning baseball. So you're hoping to see a better performance today from these top 3, Riker Waite, Braden Holcomb, and Kojal. 0 for 2 to begin the game after the Holcomb strikeout. A well-hit ball to the right side is gobbled up by Matthews. Soft toss to first for out number 3, so Bourne puts up the minimum against the Cotuit Kettleers, which will send us to our first break. But before that, a word from our sponsors. Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay, Bourne's premier senior living community. Conveniently located adjacent to the Cape Cod Canal. Visit us at KeystonePlaceAtBuzzardsBay.com. Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at MartyChevrolet.com and go Braves. We step aside with the top of the 2nd inning ahead. Shorey remains on the mound for the Bravos for inning number 2.
Offering 0% for 60 months on Cat's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Only 3 plate appearances from each side for both squads in that first inning. Let's see if we get some offense here in the second. Kettleers and Bravos facing off at Dorn Park. This is their 3rd time meeting this season. Right now, this series split at 1 apiece. Last time here at Dorn, the Bravos walked it off. Jack Natilli up to lead off the 2nd inning. Out of Cincinnati, he is an all-star starter at catcher for the West Division this coming Saturday in the game at Red Wilson Field. Just got that announced earlier today, and what an honor I'm sure it is. Only 2 All-Stars in this starting lineup for the Kets today, and both of them are back-to-back. Ryan Farber ended the inning as a swing and a miss comes from Natilli for strike 3 and out number 1. Back-to-back Ks for Matt Shorey. But as I was saying, Ryan Farber, who ended off the first, an all-star starter at shortstop, and Jack Natilli, the all-star starter at catcher. Matt Shorey on the mound had really the resume and the per-game statistics to be an all-star for the Braves, but maybe not a ton of experience was the critique to his resume, Adam. 15 2/3, 5 appearances, only 2 as a starter, which could be why. Slider in there for strike 1 against the new batter in Nolan Stevens, right fielder today for the Kettleers out of Mississippi State. I think he was the one guy on our minds that could have been an all-star that wasn't selected for the Braves. Soft grounder just up the middle. It's a fair ball, and Stevens did not even try to run up the line. Home plate umpire Joe Caracos did say it was fair, but umpires on the corners, Will Bowers and Jake Brichta, said no. They'll conference to see how this one's called, but Scott Landers wants that one to be a fair ball.
Devon, you're talking about how it's a bit of a surprise that Shorey was not one of the All-Stars. You know, he is the only, or one of the only players for Bourne that is qualified as a pitcher. There's just 3 of them for the Braves, and he's got the lowest ERA of all those qualified pitchers. But you know, you look at the 2 Bourne pitchers who did get picked, and Jonathan Stevens and Will Whalen, both relievers who have been relievers all season and have ERAs under 1. So, you know, there was a lot of competition. Usually you only get 2-ish pitchers per team. You know, you only have 9 innings, so, you know, 4 teams will get 2 pitchers, 1 team's get 1, and unfortunately Shorey just got the short end of the stick.
Swing and a miss for strike number 3. Nolan Stevens would be out either way, fair ball or not. 3rd straight strikeout for Shorey. His season high in a single game for strikeouts is 4. That one came against Brewster in relief. As a starter, he matches his high, which he had last week against YD. So he's maybe making the coaches of the Cape League regret not picking him as an all-star. A great start to this ball game. Luke Matthews now the batter with 2 outs on the board. Foul ball on the first pitch.
Either way, all-star or not, if you're Tim Corbin, the head coach at Vanderbilt, you just have to be thrilled with the progression that you've seen from Shorey throughout this summer. I mean, you look at him and Riker Waite, that's 2 true freshmen, neither of which had the biggest of roles at Vandy this past year, but they've been 2 of Bourne's most consistent players. You know, not that much of a surprise. Bourne is a breeding ground for Vanderbilt stars, but, you know, it's always good to see some of these guys who, you know, maybe weren't expected to be as good as they are become stars.
2-1, pop up right side. Camden Kojal, the Razorback, under it. Couldn't really see in the sun, but still is able to make the catch for out number 3. It's a 1-2-3 inning for the Bravos defense once again, which means we step aside here for the middle of the 2nd inning. Heart of the order up for the Bravos when we return. Kahio Aloy, Cade Lewis, and Gavin Kelly. 2 All-Stars when we return.
Romantic Brands, the Ball Rangers, Blueport, Dennisport, Bridgewater State University.
There's been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust, with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
Now batting from Arkansas, number 25, Kahio Aloy.
Back here on Cape League TV and the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network. Kahio Aloy, the first batter up out of Arkansas for the Bravos. Had a home run yesterday, and he's one of 7 All-Stars for the Bravos. On your screen right now, it's Kahil Aloy, joined by Cade Lewis, Riker Waite, John LeGrande, Logan Hughes, Will Whalen, and Jonathan Stevens. Aloy will be the starting designated hitter on Saturday for the West All-Stars. He's the only starter for the Braves. He's also going to be competing in the home run contest, and boy, am I excited for that, Adam. I mean, he just has a swing at 1,000,000 miles a minute. Had a home run yesterday at near 400 feet, 380 to left center. It was no doubt off the bat, and he's had a couple that you thought could have been gone, maybe foul, or the wind got a hold of it. He takes a check swing at the 1-1, does not go. 2 balls, 1 strike.
It's going to be really fun to watch Aloy at Red Wilson Field. It's a field that he has not played at yet, hasn't been to yet, but you know, his brother, of course, was a big-time YD Red Sox last season, and it's a field I think that caters a lot to Aloy and to the Home Run Derby because it is, without a doubt, I think the #1 hitters park in the league, short fences all around. So we could see some big numbers on Saturday afternoon, or Sunday afternoon.
Our first trip to Red Wilson Field in Game 3 was certainly the eye-opener in batting practice when you really realize these hitters are getting comfortable, and I think Braden Holcomb had 5 home runs in batting practice. Logan Hughes had a handful. So just imagine when Kahil Aloy steps up there, the hardest hitting Brave on the team. It's going to be a sight to see. So full count to Aloy. Hogg delivers up and in for his first walk of the day and his first base runner on.
Now batting from
You
right
always will
forward,
have a
23,
small
Cade Lewis.
worry going into the home run derby that you don't want it to mess up a player's swing, but with Kahil Aloy and how powerful he swings anyways, I don't think he'd be changing anything up to try and hit them out. He's just, you know, swinging regular in the derby.
Always a conversation in the MLB. As a fan of the Mariners, I'm worried Cal Raleigh will do the same thing. Currently has 37 home runs. Cade Lewis now to dig into the left side. Takes the first pitch low and away. Aloy on first base. No steals attempted this year, but a very athletic guy. Certainly not on the slower side for this squad. Pickoff attempt comes. Aloy's going to dive in safely. Case Sanderson, the first baseman, applied the tag. We've talked about Hogg's struggles so far this year. Now he has to deal with his first adversity with a runner in the base path. 1-0. Swing right back up the middle. No contention from the middle of the infield. Runners on 1 and 2 for the Bravos. First base runner on second base from either side in this one here in the bottom of the second inning.
Cade Lewis just continues to impress throughout this season. He leads Bourne in batting average for a reason. It's because he can do everything with the ball. It's not just the extra base hits and the doubles that he leads the team in, but also, you know, those softly hit singles up the middle. Everything counts. Getting on base is important no matter how you do it. So just Cade Lewis with another impressive at-bat.
He has a very smooth swing. Gavin Kelly going to square to bunt, brings it back for strike 1. But Lewis does not seem like he's exerting too much effort in a good way every single time he swings the bat. Gavin Kelly, runners to work with on first and second, has 3 RBIs on the year and is a speedy guy as well. Squares to bunt again. This one he lets jet stream off the bat, and it's a foul ball for strike 2. Kelly just finished his freshman year at West Virginia, came into the Bourne dugout midway through the season, has been a integral piece to this roster in a lot of games. 0-2, swinging a foul ball. Kelly batting .250 on the year, still looking for his first extra base hit, but has knocked in, like I said, 3 runs. Did not play in yesterday's game against Wareham, so he comes in with a day of rest. He's the only, rather one of 2 Bravos to not play yesterday, him and Campbell Smithwick. 0-2, check swing. Pitch is low and away for ball 1.
I think it's going to be important for Kelly and the next couple guys in the order to get deep into at-bats against Hogg. He has been very quick so far, especially in that first inning, and even with some of the guys on now, like that Cade Lewis single. It's early in the at-bat, so Gavin Kelly's doing a good job here, fouling pitches off, seeing a lot of pitches. You want to get to this Cotuit bullpen as soon as you can and just make things crazy for this Kettleers pitching staff, because it's one that has had to work a lot recently. You look back to the game last night, and they had to have 4 guys throw in just 7 innings, or 7.5 innings.
Adelman, Carson, and Walker all pitched for the Kettleers yesterday. It was Carson who allowed 4 runs in just 2/3 of an inning of work. That was the killer. Carson earned the loss. 2-2 away. It's a battle between Hogg and Kelly. Kelly's doing a good job working up the at-bat. A swing of the bat could drive in a run with Aloy on second. Runners go, swing and a fly ball, a pop-up, tailing toward the Cotuit dugout. It is in the basket of Case Sanderson. Nearly ran into the camera well over there, which is knocked in play, but avoids it for out number 1.
45, Campbell Smithwick.
Campbell Smithwick, after a day off, or now 3 days off, steps in to the left side. Bravos played a game yesterday, but the 2 days before that included an off day and a canceled game due to poor field conditions. So it's been a long rest for both Kelly and Smithwick. An out, runners on 1 and 2. Smithwick takes the first pitch. Smithwick was maybe the last catcher on the roster going into today once Jimmy Keenan left. Gavin Kelly listed as a catcher, but he's not played any games behind the dish yet this year until the Bravos added a new player to their roster, Mark Quattrani. Spent his first part of the season with the Falmouth Commodores and now joins the Bravos. Just spent his recent year at Cornell and is going to Notre Dame next year, so Bourne bolster up in a position that they need. Quattrani should be a fun addition to this squad. Batted .250 with the Commodores and had 1 home run. Smithwick here at the plate. That was a 1 and 2 count. He's also batted .250 on the year. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That's the second strikeout on the day for Max Hogg. And out number 2.
Oregon, number 11, Ryan Cooney.
Important to strike first here if you're Bourne. Braves are 6-3-1 when scoring the first run of the game this season. There's definite correlation between wins and scoring first.
Cooney takes first pitch for a strike.
Just 3-8 when the other team scores first.
Overall, a 9-11-1 record for the Bravos. It has been a clear pattern, especially in the early part of the season when Bourne was struggling to find wins. They were not scoring first. Ryan Cooney has had an RBI in each of his last 2 appearances. He was a pinch hitter against Hyannis, and last game he had 2 against Wareham. The 0-2 from Hogg. Way outside, runners are going to advance. It came right back to the glove of Natilli, or rather the bare hand, so could have been close, but no throw from behind the dish. Cade Lewis advances to second base, and the lead runner, Aloy, is now on third. Cooney out of Oregon has been swinging the bat well with runners in scoring position. Let's see if he can do it here and start the scoring for the Braves. Swinging a deep drive right field. It's hooking foul and out of play. That one went 312 feet to the right side. Loy and Lewis were both ready to come home.
Cooney almost hooked it around the foul pole down the right field line. Almost a pesky pole type situation here at Durham Park where it's very shallow and then
gets very deep right away. We haven't seen anyone hook it around that foul pole in at least the last 2 summers.
The 1-2. Swinging the chopped grounder. This one's shallow. Natilli fields the throw to first. Is nice and easy. Bourne threaten, but do not score. And will settle again as it is a 0-0 ball game between both sides. Before we step aside, a word from our sponsors. Are you ready to dominate the diamond and pitch like a pro with the Cape Zone Keith Bildo? Join us at the Capeplex, where champions are made. Don't just play the game, own it. Visit the Capeplex today and unleash your full potential. Located at 6 Forest Park Drive in Bourne, find us on Facebook or at thek-plex.com. Elevate your game at the Capeplex. Cape Cod Veterinary Services is here for your pets when it matters most, with expert emergency and specialty care available 24/7. Their compassionate team is dedicated to keeping your furry family members healthy and happy. Located in Buzzards Bay and Dennis, Cape Cod Vet Services is proud to support the local community and the Bourne Braves. Learn more at CapeCodVetSpecialists.com. We step aside. Shorey retakes the mound in the top of the 3rd inning when we return to the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV.
At the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Now batting from Wichita State, number 12.
Start things right away here for the 3rd inning of play between the Bourne Braves and the Cotuit Kettleers. Camden Johnson, the lefty out of Wichita State, starts things off for the Cats. And Matt Shorey continues on the mound for the Bravos. He's seen 6, and that's all he needed to put the first 2 innings away. First runner got on in Dean West with a single to center, but a good pickoff attempt by the Vandy pitcher. Got him stuck in a rundown and punched him out. 5 straight retired since then. The 0-1, a slider away to Johnson. Johnson batting .247 on the year. He's played in 21 games, now in his 22nd. 1-1. Fastball, swing and a miss for strike 2. Shorey has struck out 3 of his last 4. He's looking to keep that run going. His single game high is 4 strikeouts. Works fast on the 1-2. Fastball, chopped grounder, 2 hops to the shortstop and Cooney. Sidearm toss for out number 1. Rather, he calls him safe, just barely beat out the throw. Good speed by Johnson. The first runner on for Cotuit.
Just a really fast base runner in Camden Johnson, and a ball that just took too long for Ryan Cooney to get to. He was maybe a little bit just slow coming after it. Didn't maybe realize just how fast Johnson was down that first base line. Now, the ball does not get to you very fast at this infield here at Dorn Park, so you have to be proactive on your toes and really be aggressive moving forward.
1 runner on for Shorey. Andrew Wiggins out of Indiana now in the portal, the lefty batter. The throw to first is warranted. 8 steals on the year for Camden Johnson. Has been caught 3 times, however. No one in this starting lineup has been caught the same or more than Johnson this year in the base path. This bottom of the order looking to get things going for the Kettleers. First 6 were retired. 1-1. Swing and a miss from Wiggins. Case Sanderson on deck, and back to the top of the order in Dean West. He's in the hole. From the stretch, the 1-2. Before that, a look over to first base. No stress for Johnson. Wiggins, the big batter in the left side. He's 6'4", 225. Nearly hints at one off the outer edge. That's ball 2.
Another off speed there from Shorey. He went to the slider. He's really been mixing up his pitches here, using the fastball, sinker, slider a lot.
Square count at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Ooh, barely misses outside. Back to a full count for Shorey with no outs. First to look over to first. Johnson back in standing. Say .217 batting average for Andrew Wiggins going into this one. That on-base percentage a lot higher though, 15 walks. He's been great at drawing those this season. There's a .403 on-base percentage. Here's the payoff. Fastball, hard hit right side. That one gets through. On his way to third is Johnson. Slides in safely. And the Kettleers have runners on the corners for the first time today.
That's the type of offense that Cotuit needs to manufacture in this game against the lefty out on the mound. You get an infield single and then a base hit through the right side, which allows the runner to get to third. That's just good offense. Classic baseball, a soft hit, base hit, and then a hit into right field to move the runner over. It's just good swing into the bat by Andrew Wiggins.
Shorey has seen now 3 hits in this ball game here now in the third inning. He, going into the game, has only allowed 8 in his 15 2/3. Breaking ball offered on the outside edge against Case Sanderson for strike 1. Sanderson out of Nebraska is the first baseman for the Kettleers today.
None of the 3 hits that Shorey has given up have been hard contact. All just ground balls or soft contact bloopers.
Only one well-hit ball into left field. That one came from Bogenpol as the second batter of the game. The 0-1. Looping curveball right side. That one's going to get past Holcomb, and a run comes home for Cotuit. A great swing by Case Sanderson for his 7th RBI of the year, and the Kettleers draw first blood. They're up 1-0 in the top of the third inning.
That's what you love to see if you're Lauren Hibbs. Back-to-back base hits, ground balls to the right side that move runners from first to third. That time it brings the man home from third. And you just can't ask for any better from 7, 8, 9 to start off a inning after you go down 1 through 6 to start the game in order.
2 very similar hits. Holcomb just couldn't hold on to that one. Gets past the 6'5" first baseman. Back to the top of the order. West going to lay down a bunt. No one covering home. Smithwick tries to make the play and cannot reach Wiggins. It's 2-0 Kettleers on the quick base running from the previous Hoosier. And Shorey, for the first time today, has allowed multiple runs in a single appearance.
Just a real smart play there from Dean West to put down the bunt. It was a perfect one. There was just about a half a second of thought by Campbell Smithwick there, and it was enough for Andrew Wiggins to have the time to come home. If Smithwick immediately tried to go for the tag right away, he probably could have got him, but just that half second of thinking, the quick pause was enough for Wiggins to beat him out. He's so fast coming home, and it was also a great slide around the tag, too.
Very well executed squeeze play at home. Caden Bogenpol, now the batter for Cotuit. Still no outs in a 2-run inning for the Kettleers. Runner on first is Dean West. On second, Case Sanderson. Shorey struggling a little bit with control now. He looked perfect in the second inning, had 2 strikeouts. Still trying to find that magic. The 2-1 to Bogenpol. Just low. Hard hit up the middle. Play doesn't come from the Bravos. Another run turning home. No throw from the outfield, and the Kettleers score again, back to back 1-run RBIs to make it a 3-0 ball game.
And that's the first time that it's been hard contact that's hurt the Braves. But as you said, just back to back 1 RBI, balls in play. It's just small ball that's working right now for the Kettleers. Still no outs with 5 guys who have come to the plate. Everyone's reached. This is what you love to see if you're Lauren Hibbs. His squad just manufacturing runs the old-fashioned way.
No extra base hits, but 3 runs. Bunt is shown from Ryan Farber. Brings it back. Sanderson, West, and Bogenpol, the 3 with RBIs so far. They did not have that success yesterday. 1-0 upstairs. Sanderson didn't play in yesterday's game against Falmouth, but West and Bogenpol combined for 1 for 6 with 2 runs scored, 2 walks, and 1 K. Colin Fisher is getting ready in the bullpen, the left-hander out of Arkansas for Bourne, as the strike comes on the 2-0 from Shorey. In starts, Shorey has gotten pretty decent distance, 5 innings pitched and 4 innings pitched. As a reliever, he hasn't had anything less than 2. He's gone 2 so far. 2-1 swing and a sliced foul ball ties up Farber inside.
The difference between those prior outings, though, for Shorey and today is his pitch count has really gotten up there. He left after just 57 pitches in his last outing. He's already up to 48.
Cotuit looking to add more. Another rundown for the Bravos. This one could come close. Lewis, a nice tag applied on the lead runner in West. A great move by Shorey. He's gotten 2 with that so far, and that's out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Second time that he's gotten Dean West on it. West is now 2 for 6 on the season, stealing with those 2 pickoff outs in this game.
Has been caught 4 times. Now just the lone runner on first. It's Bogenpol. 2-2 is sliced to the right side and foul.
That's a good way to just get that first out by Matt Shorey. Helps calm the nerves a little bit after you give up 5 base runners in a row. Now it's big for him if he can get a second out quickly and just try and shut the door, get out of this inning, just allowing 3 runs, which at the end of the day isn't the worst outing.
Foul ball from Farber. The all-star starter at shortstop for the West is going to Auburn next season. Was at Texas State this most recent year. Bourne had a player on their roster from Texas State as well earlier in the season, Alex Valentine. Both finding new homes next season. 2-2, swing and a miss on the high cheddar.
You know, Bourne went down 6-0 the last time and played Cotuit, and then battled back and ended up losing just 6-4 Kettleers scored 4 in the first, 2 in the second, and then Bourne came back. You know, you look back to just the last game, Cotuit scored 4 in the bottom of the fourth before, you know, giving up the lead and losing. So no lead is safe for the Kettleers. And again, if you're sure, you just want to keep this here, 3-run game, give your offense a chance.
Strike one to the cleanup hitter in Natilli. Natilli part of this 3-4-5 part of the order for the Kettleers that all went down swinging. Swing and a miss on the 0-1. Shory's raised the velocity. 90 miles per hour on that fastball. Looking for his 5th strikeout on the day and the one to end the top of the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, hard hit ball up the middle for a single from Natilli. That one rocketed off the bat at 103 miles per hour. And the run continues for the Kettleers. Nolan Stevens, the 5 in the order, is now the 8th batter of the 3rd inning.
That's the second single over 100 miles an hour off the bat in this inning. Kettleers are seeing the ball really well here. Already 5 hits in this frame, but they've all just been singles. Shory does a good job of locating his pitches to not allow any of the Kettleers to get under it. Keeps all the hard hit balls to just singles, but still, Cotuit's just seeing it really well right now.
First pitch, a slider in there for strike one against Stevens. Stevens went down swinging to represent the 2nd out just an inning ago. Right now, Shory in the mid-50s with his pitches. 0-1 low and away. He was around this many pitches when he finished the 5th inning against YD a week ago. Lead runner on second base in Bogenpol. A swing could drive him home and make it a 4-0 ball game. Strike 2 looking. And Stevens now has to protect the plate. 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. It's been a 3-run inning for the Kettleers so far. Here's the 1-2. Just misses. Bourne going to have a tall task to respond. In the bottom of the 3rd, it's John LeGrande, Riker, Waite, and Braden Holcomb. 3 players who have been here since day 1. Swing and a miss on the off-speed for strike 3. That's the 5th strikeout on the day from Matt Shory, but he allows 3 runs. We will step aside for the middle of the 3rd inning here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network on Cape League TV. And Bourne now have a task to deal with. They've got to respond. They're down 3-0 as we step aside.
And be sure to visit our new and improved merchandise store located near the front gate.
We're offering 0% for 60 months on Cat's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
Back here on Cape League TV on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network, it's a 3-0 ball game in favor of the Kettleers after their 3 spot in the top of the 3rd.
Now batting from St. John's, number 1,
Max Hogg
John
will
LaGrande.
continue his day on the mound. John LaGrande, the 9 batter in the order, is set to make his first appearance of the game. Wyatt Halverson is getting ready in the Kettleer bullpen as Hogg continues for his 3rd inning of work. He's been very solid so far, a 12.71 ERA heading into this one. Got the spot start after the original starter was scratched, and Cotuit with a big game here today. They jumped the Bravos with a win to potentially move up to 3rd in the West Division standings.
Seems like Lauren Hibbs doesn't want to let this opportunity go to waste. He's got in a very good first 2 innings from a spot starter. His offense has produced early on, and because of it, he's got Halverson warming up, who's been his top bullpen arm this summer. A 1.65 ERA and already 7 outings, 16 and a 3rd innings. He's a guy who can give him a little bit of length out of the bullpen and potentially continue a shutout.
Pop up for LaGrande and a simple grab for Johnson, the 3rd baseman on the left side. Well, all the stops are being pulled out here by Lauren Hibbs in his first season with the Kettleers. Not a terrible first half for the Cats, but they began really rough. We're 1-7 at the start of the season and have brought themselves back from the depths of the West Division. Had a 19-3 win against Brewster, the league's current best at the moment. That was just last week. Back to the top of the order for Riker Waite. First pitch, a strike. Next one misses. Waite now 0 for his last 6, combining the last 2 games.
The game before that was one of his best of the season. He went 3 for 5 with a walk. So now Riker Waite just looking to get back on base today. Yesterday it was a very interesting game. He, as you said, went 0 for 5. All of his outs came in the infield. His first out today was to the outfield, so at least he put a better swing on the ball, but still, he's Bourne's leadoff man for a reason, and he's expected to get on base a few times a game.
1-2 hard hit ground ball to the Cotuit dugout. In the 2 games before yesterday, Waite combined going 5 for 9, 3 runs, 1 RBI, and a walk. It was just a great stretch for him. But now on the other side of the hill has struggled in his last 6 at-bats. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out with no one on as the Bravos are down by 3. Hogg doing a great job in this one, and Halverson set to come in if Hogg starts to struggle this inning or maybe next inning. Another swing with soft contact goes into the swarm of Bourne fans behind the third base line, rather. Quite a few supporters out for the Bravos today, and Cotuit, a decently sized crowd as well. Every game for Bourne has featured quite a few fans. Only one game, you could say, was maybe less than close to capacity. The 2-2, soft contact right side, and Sanderson is there for the grab.
Now batting from Vanderbilt, number 34.
2 up, 2 up, 2 down to begin the inning. Hogg working well. Braden Holcomb, who he put down with a strikeout in the first, will step in. Holcomb 2 for 4 yesterday with a run scored. Only his 3rd multi-hit game on the year. Has been seeing the ball a little better recently. His batting average right now at .234 was down in the mid-100s. So he's starting to get hot. No balls, 1 strike. The second-year Bravo. That one nearly clipped him on the inside, but steps in for a strike. Holcomb, an all-star with the Bravos last year. He was one of 6 in 2024. Batted .333. 0-2 way up and in. Holcomb in the order, followed by Koschel and Aloy, the Arkansas Buddies. A lot of SEC in the top of this lineup. The first 4 all from the Southeastern Conference. 1-2 for ball 2. Two, swing and a miss for strike 3. It's a slow start for the Bravos here at Doran Park in game number 22. Before we step aside here in the 3rd inning, the 3rd member of our team, and Ariel Tamir-Pinsky, joins us for more.
Visit us at Keystone Place at buzzardsbay.com. Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com and go Braves.
For every game, he said mental skills and emotional intelligence are the majority of what we need in sports and everyday life. He gives them a prompt before every game. Today's was, how do you learn? He said it just helps them have a better self-talk when they're pitching on the mound. I talked with pitcher Will Whelan about his experience, and he says it's completely helped him be able to clear his mind and adjust to new pitches when he's on the mound. He says it'll certainly be something he takes with him to Minnesota because it's helped him talk better to himself when he's pitching.
Thank you very much, Ariel. We step aside for the end of the 3rd inning. When we return, Adam Gotkin has your middle innings on play-by-play.
Dude, I have to pee so bad.
Now we can use this.
There's a 0 chance that you'll want to miss our 0% for 72 months offer. For a limited time, CAT is offering 0% on the purchase of many new small excavators. That's 0% for better performance, 0% for next generation features.
Great machine. It's quite impressive.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. Guess we're there.
The first pitch of the top of the 4th inning is a ground ball down the 3rd base line. And extra bases for Luke Matthews as he slides in safely to 2nd. It's a leadoff double for Cotuit's number 6 hitter, the first extra base hit of the game, and a perfect start to this frame for the Kettleers after they scored 3 on 5 singles the last time up. Colin Fisher, the lefty out of Arkansas, is back warming up for the Braves after the leadoff double by Luke Matthews. That is his 2nd double of the season, his 3rd extra base hit. Now it's Camden Johnson, the man who got the rally started in the last inning. He shows bunt, but the pitch misses low, and it was pulled back. Johnson hit a infield single towards the shortstop Ryan Cooney in the last inning, and then came in to score on a Case Sanderson single. The first 5 all reached in the last inning for Cotuit. Bunt shown again, this time fouled off by Johnson. Shorey is above 60 pitches. He ended his last outing against YD a week ago at just 57. Have to imagine that he's getting up towards his limit. We've seen Bourne's starting rotation get deeper into games recently. The start of the season, it took a while for the Braves to find a group of guys that they could rely on to get into the 4th inning. There were a lot of starters pulled after 2. Yesterday, Folger Boaz, who has been a good starter for the Braves his last couple of times out, got 3 2/3. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. A big looping slider that time from Matt Shorey, and he gets his 6th K of the evening.
Shorey's been struggling at times, but then he comes back and just delivers strikeouts. That one his 6th on the day, and that's why you didn't see Fisher warming up at the beginning of this inning, because of when he gets into his zone. Shorey really unstoppable once he reaches that flow state.
First pitch fouled off by Andrew Wiggins. Shorey had just 14 strikeouts in 15 2/3 innings entering this outing. He's got 6 3 1/3 today. But of course, he's given up a lot more hits, given up 6 already, or 7 already, I should say. 5 in the last inning, 1 in the first, and 1 in this one. He had given up only 8 hits in that 15 2/3 before today. It was the 7, 8, 9 hitters who came in to score in the last inning for Cotuit. The number 6 hitter, Luke Matthews, in scoring position now. Another foul ball by Andrew Wiggins. The count 1-2. Wiggins worked a really deep at-bat his last time up. A lot of the time this season, it's been either a walk or a strikeout that has ended his at-bat. He leads Cotuit in walks with 15, second on the team in strikeouts with 18. Takes a slider in the count, 2-2. Another pickoff attempt by Matt Shorey, and once again, it's a successful one. That's already the 3rd out on the base paths today. The left-handed pitcher, Matt Shorey, doing a great job of fooling runners.
It's really, really impressive, Adam. He's gotten 3 now this game, and he has a really unique movement in his windup that kind of brings him toward first base like he's going to do a pickoff attempt, and then comes home for the pitch.
That pitch is popped up towards the fans, and the count still 2-2 to Wiggins.
So what you see runners do is they start to just think that his pickoff attempt is just integrated into his windup, and then at that point they think they're clear to run and keep getting caught. It's happened twice to Dean West and right there from Matthews.
Called strike 3 on the curveball right down the middle from Matt Shorey, and after giving up a leadoff double, he gets 2 Ks and a pickoff to put Cotuit down with just the minimum coming it to the plate. So quick work in the top of the 4th, and we're into the bottom of the 4th inning. 3, 4, 5 due up for the Bravos, looking to get the bats going. We'll be back in a moment on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network and Cape League TV.
Just minutes from the field. We'll see you after the final pitch.
Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
There's a 0 chance that you'll want to miss our 0% for 72 months offer. For a limited time, CAT is offering 0% on the purchase of many new small excavators. That's 0% for better performance. 0% for next generation features.
Great machine. It's quite impressive.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Now batting from Arkansas, number 5.
Cam Kozel leads off for the Bourne Braves in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Bats desperately trying to get going here. It's been a very quiet start to the game offensively for the home squad. Just one hit through 3 innings. Only 2 men have reached. A single from Kate Lewis is the lone hit. Also a Kehioloi walk. The first pitch to Kozel in for a strike in the count 0-1. Kozel 0 for 1 today. He's now 3 for 18 on the summer. Just got here about a week ago, though, so it could take him a little bit of time to get acclimated, just like it does for everyone else.
Did have the head start with Team USA when he was also using wooden bats there, but it's just different when you change up the league you're in, and certainly there's a grace period in these first 5, 6, 7 games for him to come back.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hogg goes with the change-up low and outside, and that is his 4th strikeout of the night. Kehioloi makes his way back to the plate. He walked and then was stranded at third base back in the 2nd inning. Aloi is one of the all-stars this season for Bourne. He'll be the starting DH for the West Division. The All-Star game is this upcoming Saturday, July 19th at Red Wilson Field, the home of the YD Red Sox. Comes a week after the MLB All-Star Weekend, which is this weekend and the beginning of next week. Today is the day of All-Star Saturday, the Futures game and the Celebrity All-Star game. 3 Cape League alum in the Futures game. Braden Montgomery, who played 2 seasons for the YD Red Sox, an outfielder out of Texas A&M. As the pitch to Aloy's in for a strike. Kalen Culpepper played in 2023 for the Harwich Mariners. He's also playing in the Futures game, as well as Enrique Bradfield Jr., who played for the Cotuit Kettleers back in 2022. He was a first-round pick by the Baltimore Orioles out of Vanderbilt. Always cool to see the Cape alum be successful as Aloy goes swinging and missing at a off-speed well inside, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Max Hogg here in the bottom of the 4th. He's up to 5 on the day.
Dueling strikeouts from both pitchers.
Kate Lewis makes his way to the dish, 1 for 1 today. He's another all-star for Bourne. In addition to the Futures game today, it's also Celebrity Softball Day at the All-Star game, and a very interesting group of celebrities this year. You've got CeCe Sabathia, Drewski, a bunch of guys I've never heard of before, some former professional softball players, Jordan Childs. It's always interesting to see who plays in the celebrity softball game. There's a ground ball to second and a very quick 1-2-3 inning for the Braves offense, the 3rd time in 4 innings that the Bravos go down in order, and just like that, we are quickly through 4 here at Doran Park. Before we step aside, though, Cape Cod Veterinary Services is here for your pets when it matters most. With expert emergency and specialty care available 24/7, their compassionate team is dedicated to keeping your furry family members healthy and happy. Located in Buzzards Bay and Dennis, Cape Cod Vet Services is proud to support the local community and the Bourne Braves. Learn more at CapeCodVetSpecialist.com. Angels Touch at Bourne is your trusted family-owned destination for expert collision repair, detailing, and classic car restoration. Whether it's a fender bender or a full custom rebuild, their certified technicians deliver top-quality craftsmanship with a personal touch. Located on MacArthur Boulevard, Angels Touch is proud to serve the Cape Cod community and support your Bourne Braves. Learn more at CapeCodAutoBodyAndDetailing.com. We'll be back for a moment in the 5th. Can you get a new?
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
There's a 0 chance that you'll want to miss our 0% for 72 months offer. For a limited time, CAT is offering 0% on the purchase of many new small excavators. That's 0% for better performance, 0% for next generation features,
Great machine. It's quite impressive.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Colin Fisher takes the mound for the Bourne Braves, the first man out of the bullpen today. He's a left-hander out of the University of Arkansas, and Fisher has been one of Bourne's better pitchers this summer. This is his third appearance. He has started one game and come out of the bullpen once in 6 1/3 innings. He's given up 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. He has given up 1 home run, hit a batter, walked 5, and struck out 9. His last appearance was a start against Orleans, went 4 2/3. He did pitch against Cotuit already this season. It was a relief outing. He went 1 2/3 and didn't give up any runs. He goes up against 9-1-2 here in the 5th inning. It's Case Sanderson, the first baseman, to lead things off. He had an RBI single his first time to the plate. The final line for Bourne's starting pitcher, Matt Shorey. He went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, all 3 earned on 7 hits, no walks, 7 strikeouts. So definitely an interesting outing for Shorey. Not what he had done to start the season, where he was so good in not allowing hits. Wasn't really striking guys out. Today was the opposite. That blooper drops in left field, and it's a base hit against Colin Fisher to get the game going for Bourne's bullpen. That one just 67 miles an hour off the bat.
This Cotuit team is just working singles, as many as they can, against the Bravos. Only 2 players now in this order have not reached base or have not gotten a hit.
Top of the order back up. Dean West has reached base twice today. Although both times he's reached, he's been picked off. Matt Shorey leads the league in pickoffs. He had a really special move. Got 3 Kettleers out via that pickoff move. A called strike on a fastball at 90 miles an hour. The count 0-1 from Fisher to West. Sanderson at first, not too much of a threat on the base paths. He hasn't attempted a steal yet this summer. Fisher ahead in the count 0-2. Bourne has essentially its entire bullpen available today. The Braves threw just 2 pitchers out of the pen yesterday. One of them, Derek Smith, was released after the game. Bourne had 2 off days in a row before yesterday because of a mandatory off day and a rain out. They played 1 game back on Tuesday but had Monday off, so Bourne's fresh. They also have a day off on Monday after a game in Harwich tomorrow. So there will be some Brave pitchers who don't pitch an entire week. Ground ball to second. Here's a chance for 2. 4-6-3. Not a double play. The relay just a tad late. Although they do get the out at second. Dean West reaches for the 3rd time today. This time a 4-6 fielder's choice.
Let's see if he's learned his lesson about getting caught in the base paths.
West has already been picked off twice today, although that was by Matthew Shorey, Bourne's starter. This is Colin Fisher on the mound out of the bullpen. He's also a lefty, though. Throw over to first. West makes it back in time. He's been caught stealing 4 times already this summer. He's 2 for 6 on the base paths. Those 2 caught stealings today definitely don't help his statistics. Another attempt, and that one almost got away from Braden Holcomb. A nice pick to keep it with him. That's the danger to throwing over. We've seen it plenty of times this year where a throw over can move a runner all the way to third base. A looping curve at 75 miles an hour, called strike to Caden Bogenbull. The designated hitter out of Missouri State. The squad that is moving conferences in the upcoming season. Missouri State, one of the two teams that is moving from a FCS conference to an FBS conference in football. Them and the University of Delaware. Missouri State is joining Conference USA. So definitely a big step up for the Bears. So hard to keep track of where every school is now, but Conference USA should be a exciting one for football and for most sports in the upcoming season. Fastball swung on and missed. It's 1-2. Especially for baseball, Missouri State's always a really competitive team. Liberty and Kennesaw State usually put up really decent squads, as well as Western Kentucky. Delaware usually had pretty good teams in the CAA. It's always fun to watch how these smaller conferences build back up after some of their teams get poached. Another throw over to first. Conference USA is losing a team, though, in a couple of years. UTEP is moving to the Mountain West. That's a conference that's really going to have to rebuild after they'll lose a number of teams to the Pac-12 as they rebuild after losing almost everyone to the ACC, Big Ten, and Big 12. Called strike 3 on the fastball from Fisher. A backwards K, and it's the first strikeout of the evening for the southpaw out of the pen.
Number 33, Ryan Farber.
It's important that Fisher tries to look for those strikeouts against this Cotuit team, because not only has Shorey pitched an amazing game before Fisher came in, but Cotuit was susceptible to the swing and miss. So if Fisher can hone in on that as well and not just look for weak contact, that could be a good way for him to get going. He had 7 strikeouts last time as a starter against Orleans.
Ryan Farber hits one right back to the pitcher, and Fisher does it himself, a flip to first, and that is out number 3. 1 hit for the Kettleers in the top of the 5th inning, but that is all that they get, no runs, and 1 man left on base. We're into the bottom of the 5th inning. Bourne desperately trying to get things going on offense. They'll face off against the Cotuit bullpen for the first time. We'll tell you about the new Kettleers pitcher when we come back on Cape League TV and the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network.
Protecting the possible with the same local service you trust.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
We're offering 0% for 60 months on CAT's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
Cotuit goes to the bullpen as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. A really, really solid start from Max Hogg, his first start of the summer, and he went 4 shutout innings, gave up just 1 hit. Definitely a bit of a surprise after he entered the day with an ERA in double digits, but today again goes 4 innings, gives up just 1 hit, no runs. He struck out 5 and walked just 1. It's Wyatt Halverson who comes in, the right-hander out of Arizona State. He's got a 2-pitch mix, fastball and curveball. Halverson has been one of the top guys out of the pen for the Kettleers this summer in 7 appearances. He has a 1.65 ERA. He's gone 16 1/3 innings, given up 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned. He has walked 11, struck out 12. The first pitch to Gavin Kelly, a fastball upstairs at 90 miles an hour. Halverson has been successful in summer ball now this summer and last summer, while he's struggled a bit in his time at ASU. Played last summer for the Anchorage Bucks in the Alaskan League and had a 2.68 ERA in 10 appearances with 6 starts. It's always a very interesting time for the guys who head out to the great frontier. The Alaskan summers, the long days, sun doesn't set until close to midnight. They'll play some midnight games to take advantage of the sun. It's just an absolutely beautiful part of the country. I've got some friends who have worked up there in the past and some up there this year, and they'll always just send a picture of a moose or some crazy wild animal that they just happen to stumble upon.
I think it's the first game of the season on opening day that they always play at midnight.
There's been some superstars that have come out of the Alaskan League, but they don't have the amount of teams as the Cape, just 4, as that pitch is a perfect one. Called strike 3 on the curveball, low and outside, and it's a backwards K for Halverson to start off his outing. It's already the 6th time today that Bourne bats have struck out, and that's after yesterday they struck out just once in the entire game. That came in the 9th inning. Campbell Smithwick, he struck out his first time up today. The left-handed hitter makes his way to the plate. The first pitch strike on a fastball down the middle. So Halverson with a ERA under 3 in his time in summer ball, but he had a 7.82 his freshman year and a 7.46 his sophomore year with the Arizona State Sun Devils. Curveball in for a strike at the knees. It's 0-2. There's some guys whose stuff just caters a lot better to the wooden bats. Especially your contact pitchers with the metal, they just go a lot further. Pitch misses low and outside. Especially the sweet spot is a lot smaller on wood bats compared to metal, so if you're a pitcher that pitches to contact, then you're going to have a lot more success in summer ball, get a lot more pop-outs and ground outs, as there's a swing and a miss and a second strikeout for Wyatt Halverson. And it's back-to-back Ks to get his day going here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just a spectacular start for Halverson. And now it's Ryan Cooney, the number 8 hitter. He bounced out to the catcher his last time up in the 2nd. Braves have not had a runner on since the 2nd inning. It's 10 retired in a row. Cooney looking to break that streak. He's been playing his best baseball as of late, had 2 RBIs in last night's game. The game before that, he had one as a pinch hitter and also walked and came in to score the game before that. So he's been a productive member of this Bourne order. Another curveball by Halverson in for a strike. It's 0-2. A chance to strike out the side for the right-hander out of the bullpen. The ground ball towards short. Hops into the glove of Farber. His throw to first beats out Ryan Cooney. And so Bourne goes down for the 4th time in 5 innings, 1-2-3. This offense just has not been able to get it going in this one. And so the score still, Cotuit 3, Bourne nothing at the end of 5 innings. Keystone Place at Buzzards Bay, Bourne's premier senior living community, conveniently located adjacent to the Cape Cod Canal. Visit us at KeystonePlace at BuzzardsBay.com. Are you ready to dominate the diamond and pitch like a pro with the Cape Zone Keith Bildo? Join us at the Capeplex, where champions are made. Don't just play the game, own it. Visit the Capeplex today and unleash your full potential. Located at 6 Forest Park Drive in Bourne. Find us on Facebook or at thek-plex.com. Elevate your game at the K-Plex.
First responders. Join us every Friday for the Mass State Lottery Hero of the Game presentation. Nominate your hero at the 50-50 table today.
Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Now batting from Cincinnati, number 29, Jack Natilli.
Jack Natilli leads off for the Kettleers in the top of the 6th inning. Colin Fisher back out onto the mound for his second inning of work for Bourne. He saw 4 batters in his first. First pitch, a fastball low, and the count 1-0. Natilli 1 for 2 today, singled into center field his last time up. Went down swinging his first time up. Natilli, one of the all-stars for the Cotuit Kettleers, one of 4 on the roster. He has played in 19 of Cotuit's 22 games this season. Today's actually his 20th and 23. That's a very common theme among the All-Stars between these two teams, guys who have played in a lot of games. As that bouncer back up the middle is fielded by Fisher, and he gets out number 1 on a grounder back up the middle. Look at the other All-Stars that are playing today. Ryan Farber for Cotuit has played in every game this summer. For Bourne, Riker Wade has played in 18. John LeGrande has played in 19. Kahio Aloy is the only one who hasn't played in that many games. He's only played in 10, but has played in basically every one since he showed up. And Cade Lewis has played in 20 games for the Braves. First pitch to Nolan Stevens misses upstairs. There's a lot of controversy in Major League Baseball right now about Jacob Mizorowski's All-Star nod after he pitched in just 5 games his rookie season. Already got called up to the Midsummer Classic. You know, the reason given is that he brings entertainment, but I personally just don't see how you can appear in just 5 Major League games and be an MLB All-Star. It doesn't make any sense to me. 5 games isn't enough to be an All-Star. I don't care what you do.
I think Skeens a year ago was the next fewest with just 11 games he played in before getting his first All-Star nod. I mean, Mizorowski's been a really, really solid player, but I hear both sides at him. I think it's been too few games, but he does provide a lot of entertainment and does pitch the ball very well.
Big swing and a miss on a looping curve. Strike 3. And that's out number 2 of the top of the 6th inning. Second strikeout for Colin Fisher. Brings Luke Matthews up. He doubled in his last plate appearance. The Miz, as a lot of people like to call him, is electric. He is the fastest throwing pitcher in Milwaukee Brewers history since the StatCast era has been around. He tops out at almost 103 miles an hour. That's why they named him an All-Star. He started off his career with 11 no-hit innings to get things going, but again, just 5 appearances and an All-Star nod. That seems like not a lot. Trey Turner was a lot more brutal than I was. His exact quote, I can't say every word he said, but what a joke. That's blank terrible. I mean, that's terrible, dude. He thought that one of the Phillies pitchers deserved it instead of Mizorowski, and there were some other Phillies that were upset as well. The Brewers, they were just saying, you know what, it's entertainment, and that's why it happened. Pat Murphy, Milwaukee's manager, said, quote, this is the entertainment business, and that's what people want. People want to see the Miz pitch. He's the new shiny toy in the league, and deserving. So, you know, there's the argument both ways. But, you know, in my mind, the Midsummer Classic should be reserved for the true all-stars, not just the entertaining players. It's the best players and the players who have proved themselves throughout the summer.
At the end of the day, there's always going to be people upset about somebody selected to the All-Star game. Maybe not to this level, Adam, but it comes every year.
I mean, Juan Soto not making it to the All-Star game, to me, makes absolutely no sense. He's having one of his better seasons. As there's a line out to third. Nice catch by Cade Lewis, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Kettleers in the top of the sixth. That's the third time today, or the fourth time today, I should say, that Cotuit has gone down with just the minimum coming to the plate. We'll be back in a moment for the bottom of the sixth. It's 9-1-2 to the plate for the Braves.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
We're offering 0% for 60 months on CAT's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
The Bourne Bats desperately looking to get going here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Just one hit so far on the day, no runs. Cotuit leads 3-0, and Wyatt Halverson is back out onto the mound for his second inning. He put Bourne down 1-2-3 back in the fifth. John LeGrande leads off. He's 0 for 1 today, popped out to third when he led off the third. This time he sends a high fly ball into center field. An easy play for Dean West. And that's out number 1 on pitch number 1. So the top of the order back up for the Braves. It's Riker Waite, the designated hitter today. He's 0 for 2 with a fly out to left and a line out to first base. The top of this Bourne order just has not been able to get it done these past game and a half. Yesterday, not a single hit at the top of the order, and today it's the same. 0 for 6 so far with 3 Ks.
Talking
First
about
pitch to Waite in for a strike.
You're talking about 0 for 18 in their last 2 games, including today. It's got to change if you want to win baseball games, and Bourne, only on a 1-game losing streak, would like to not let that continue.
The Braves lost last night, won the game before, and lost the one before that. That has ended a streak of streaks for the Braves this season, where they had won 4 in a row, lost 5 in a row, won 5 in a row. Now they're, I guess, in a streak of following up wins with losses and losses with wins. Riker Waite sends one into right field, and Nolan Stevens just simply never saw it. That probably would have dropped for a base hit anyways, but Stevens was blinded, and so it's a very easy single for Riker Waite.
Certainly would have been a base hit nonetheless, but good for Riker Waite to get things going here. Hitting with this Bourne team has been very contagious. Once one player gets going, some follow suit, and you're hoping Holcomb, who's coming off a couple multi-hit games recently, can add to Riker Waite's success.
That's just the second hit of the ball game, the first since Cade Lewis's single in the second. Braden Holcomb up, as you said. He's been swinging the bat well recently. That ball gets away from the catcher Natilli, but Kind of shockingly, Riker Waite decides to stay at first. He is one of Bourne's faster runners, 9 for 9 on the base pass this summer. Holcomb 2 for 4 yesterday. He reached base twice the game before that with a pair of walks. Yesterday he started off 0 for 2, then singled in his second 2 at-bats. He struck out his first 2 times up today. Waite taking a big lead at first. A throw over, and he's back in standing up. Natili behind the plate has been pretty decent at throwing runners out. 4 for 21, that's 19%. Here goes the runner. It's popped up towards the right side, and Waite's going to have to hustle back. Matthews makes the catch, but Riker Waite does make it back to the bag in time, so just the 1 out on the pop out to second. However, that is the second out of the bottom of the 6th.
Would love to see Kojal get started here. After joining the team with that leadoff hit, he has struggled since. Only 2 hits since his first game. Just needs to find that groove, still in that grace period, as we mentioned before, getting settled.
First pitch to Camden Kojal, a fastball outside. Kojal, well known for his YouTube channel, Camden Kojal Outdoors. He released a great video earlier today, his first out here on the Cape. He went fishing with Riker Waite, Kahio Aloy, and Braden Holcomb. That was filmed on the off day, and a very entertaining video between the 2 Vandy guys and the 2 Arkansas guys. They all caught some largemouth bass. Braden Holcomb also caught a sock. That was a pretty entertaining clip. Kojal hits one through the right side for a single. Riker Waite speeding around second. He is into third. And it's runners on the corners for the Bravos here in the bottom of the 6th inning. These Bourne bats are getting going.
That's how this Bourne team rolls. One guy gets a hit and it piles on. But you have to take advantage of these opportunities now. This is only the second time today the Bravos have had a runner, at least one, in scoring position. Last time was in the 2nd, and other than that inning and right here in the 6th, they haven't had a single runner on base. So you really need to take advantage of this opportunity. Kahio Aloy, one of the best players on this Bourne roster, may be the perfect one to do it.
Tim O'Connor, the Cotuit pitching coach, out on the mound talking with the infield and his pitcher. Not too much of a surprise. We've seen a lot of mound visits ahead of Kahio Aloy. We've also seen some pitching changes right before Aloy has come to the plate. He is one of the more dangerous hitters in the league, hitting well over 300. He's already got 6 RBIs this summer, 3 doubles, 2 homers, including a homer and a double last night. He consistently hits the ball over 100 miles an hour. And he represents the tying run here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Comes to the plate with 2 outs and runners on the corners. They appeal to first, and Ryan DeMare says that Aloy held up. Aloy was stranded at third back in the 2nd. He's the only Bourne Brave to touch third base before Riker Waite, who stands there right now. That pitch gets by. Waite racing home, and there's no play. The Braves are on the board in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's a wild pitch that allows Riker Waite to cross home, and it's 3-1. Cotuit's still in the lead.
Scrappy baseball and small ball, it's doing the job, and what's great about that, too, is you get Cam Kojal on second base, so it's kind of a similar situation for Aloy. He can put one in the gap and drive another one home to make this just a 1-run ball game.
Here's the 2-0. Aloy watches it past the catcher, Natili, who can't bring that one in either. A long turnaround third base for Kojal before he retreats back. Natili with back-to-back pitches that he hasn't been able to bring in. The One that allowed Waite to score was actually called a pass ball. Both of them actually scored as pass balls there. .3-0, a called strike. Alverson fires. Aloy takes a big hack and a miss. He was going for the fences with that swing.
That's exactly why you're not worried about his swing in the home run derby. It's probably going to be the same exact thing.
Count full. 3-2 with 2 outs. Braves have gotten on the board here in the bottom of the 6th. But looking for more, down by 2. Here's the pitch. Aloy watches it in, called strike 3 on the curveball that finished down the middle. Alverson with a disgusting off-speed goes front door breaking ball, and he gets out of the bottom of the 6th inning, but not before the Bourne Braves get on the board on 2 hits, 1 man left on base, and Cam Kojal at third. So the Braves get a couple back, and before we step aside, we'll send things down to our sideline reporter, Ariel Tamir-Pinsky.
At each other after a hit or making a good play. That is something Kuhio brought to this team from Hawaii. It means aloha or good vibes in Hawaii, and it's now a staple here with the Braves. He's also requested reggae music at batting practice every day, and it has certainly brought the energy to the bullpen and the dugout.
Ariel, thank you so much. We'll be back in a moment for the 7th.
Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Colin Fisher's back on the bump for the Braves here in the top of the 7th inning. He's done very quick work of the Kettleers. The lefty out of Arkansas has seen just 7 batters in 2 innings. He's given up just 1 hit and has 2 strikeouts. For the first time today, he faces off against Camden Johnson, the third baseman. He's 1 for 2 today with a run scored. Braves put up a run in the bottom of the 6th inning, the first run of the day for Bourne, but the home squad still trails 3-1. It's a busy day around Cape Cod. 4 other games in action right now. We do have our first final of the night, a shutout from the Brewster Whitecaps pitching staff. They beat the Harwich Mariners 5-0. A sharp line drive to short, and it bounces away from Ryan Cooney. It took a bit of an awkward hop right off the lip of the grass. And that is scored as a single for Camden Johnson to lead off the top of the 7th.
Adam, back to Brewster. What an interesting team they've been this year. Started the season with 7 straight, now on a 5-game winning streak. They're very hot or very cold, and they're hitting their stride at a good time right now, setting themselves up for the playoffs.
Definitely a very hard team to predict. It's funny, too, they have now 4 more points than Harwich, even though both teams have 8 losses, because Brewster's won 3 more games than Harwich. Mariners already have 3 ties this season.
And the 29 points that the Whitecaps have is just 1 shy of what would have been good to make the playoffs a year ago in the East Division.
Back to first is Camden Johnson. The other games today, another West Division battle. The Wareham Gatemen lead the Hyannis Harbor Hawks 2-1. That game in the top of the 8th inning. Caden McDonald just hit a 2-run go-ahead home run brought home Vance Shea, and that happened just a few moments ago in the current inning that they're in. Also going on, the East Division rivalry between the Orleans Firebirds and the Chatham Anglers. That score 5-0. Orleans on top in the bottom of the third. The Firebirds scored 4 in the first inning. Robbie Levy, 2-run homer, brought 2 of those runs home. 1-1 the count to Andrew Wiggins, another pickoff attack. Wiggins 1 for 2 today, singled into right field his first time up, went down swinging to end the fourth his last time up. Another throw over, back in time once again. Cotuit hasn't grounded into a double play yet today. They've grounded into 16 this season. That's near the top of the league, and Bourne has turned 21, also a number right near the top of the Cape. The other game going on today, the only interdivision game, the YD Red Sox lead the Falmouth Commodores 4-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning. That game at Gov Fuller Field. YD is tied 1-1 in the bottom of the third, but Red Sox have scored 3 unanswered, including a Jace Tharnish 2-run home run. Fisher still paying a lot of attention to Johnson at first, and good reason for it. He is one of the faster runners on this Kettleers team. 8 stolen bases on the season on 11 attempts. It's the second most steals behind only Jaron Avincula, who is 11 for 15. Georgia Tech transfer getting the night off tonight. And a very rare night off for Avincula. He has really been swinging the bat well recently, too. He struggled a little bit at the start of the season, but his batting average all the way up to 360 now. Vincula was the batting champ in the Cape League last year, and he's back to his old ways. He's just one of those guys that seems to always get hits no matter what. Wiggins stays alive on the protect swing. It's going to be really fun to watch Avincula join that Georgia Tech team next year. We've seen a lot of other Yellow Jackets come through the Cape recently. Some stars. Kent Schmidt, one of their top players, is in Falmouth right now. Drew Burris, one of the best players in the country, played for YD last summer. 1-2, misses low and outside. The fastball just a bit overthrown.
Vincula also getting that all-star nod this year, is second in the Cape League in batting average.
He's behind just Josiah Ragsdale of Brewster, but he is a draft-eligible guy, so Avincula could be the 1 of 2 who stays in the league and stays eligible for the batting title. That's always one of those things that you have to think about when you talk about the batting champ in this league. Also, when you discuss different pitcher statistics like ERA, WHIP, and all of those averages of, there's not really that many guys that end up being eligible by the end of the season. I mean, you look at, for example, the Bourne pitching staff, and there's only 3 qualified pitchers right now. Now for Cotuit, just 3 qualified pitchers as well.
And yesterday or the day before, there could have been more, and just because they haven't pitched, they lose qualification.
Looping curve called strike 3. Backwards K for Colin Fisher, his second of that form today, his 3rd strikeout overall, and it's out number 1 of the top of the 7th inning. Case Sanderson makes his way up. He has been one of the best hitters today for the Kettleers, the only Cotuit hitter to go 2 for 2 to start his day. He's got 2 singles, including a run and an RBI. Camden Johnson, who stands at first, the only other Kettleer with 2 hits today. Another throw over as Colin Fisher is making sure that Johnson stays close to the bat. Sanderson entered today hitting just 192, but with his 2 hits today, he has boosted his batting average up to 222. Watches a curveball in for a strike, the count 0-1. Sanderson is in double-digit walks and strikeouts this summer. He's done a really good job of working deep into counts even when he hasn't gotten hits. Fastball misses outside. It's 1-1. This has been a very quick game already in the top of the 7th, and we're not even 2 hours in. I mean, it seems very rare, or at least feels very rare for us to have a game this quick, Devon, to still have blue skies here at Dorn Park in the final innings. Pitch misses low. A delayed steal. Throwing to second from Smithwick is late.
It's odd. These games recently have been going kind of fast for Bourne. A lot of it is because their offense is either really, really good or putting up the minimum in these innings. Wareham last week put up 5 runs and none in the rest, and Bourne today have put up just 3 batters in all but 2 innings.
Big swing and a miss. The count 2-2.
Even for Cotuit, it's just been that one inning, that third, where it's been a significant amount. In the 5th, they had 4. All the rest, other than the 7th so far, they've had 3.
I'll give you another reason, too, of why these games have been quicker, Devon. The pitchers have just had a lot more control. First 2 weeks of the season, about 69 strikeouts from the Bourne staff. These last 2 weeks, just 50. All those full counts, walks add up into making games really long. Today, though, the pitchers have been really good with their control. Bourne pitching staff hasn't walked anyone. The Cotuit staff has walked just 1. There haven't been any hit batters. Both these teams just playing good, clean baseball. It's been a good game so far. 3-1 Kettleers lead. Just a classic pitcher's duel here at Dorn Park, and that's not a very uncommon thing at this field. It's the most pitcher-friendly park on the Cape. Big lead at second for Johnson. The 2-2. Low and outside curveball to Sanderson. Count runs full. Wind's still blowing in a little bit from left field. It's turned into a really perfect night out here on the Cape. Low 70s, partly cloudy. As that pitch misses outside, ball 4, and that's the first walk on the day by Colin Fisher, just the second from this Bourne pitching staff.
UCLA number 36, Dean West.
So it's back to the top of the order, and Dean West. He's reached on all 3 of his plate appearances today in 3 different ways: a single into center, a sac bunt, and a fielder's choice. His first 2 times up, he was picked off. Out of the plate with runners on first and second with 1 out. Johnson, the lead runner, Sanderson behind him. West has just 2 RBIs this summer, actually 3, as he got 1 on his sac bunt back in the 3rd. Fisher misses low on a fastball on his first pitch.
Still that 2-run deficit for the Braves. For Fisher here to go a long time and also limit this offense is huge. Bourne has been able to come back from large deficits, but not come back to win.
Fisher's into his 3rd inning out of the bullpen. Pitch misses high. Throw back into second is a bit late. Matt Shorey, Bourne starter, went 4 innings and gave up 3 runs. Colin Fisher hasn't given up any yet, but he's in the most danger of his outing yet right now. He allowed just a runner on first in the 5th, put Cotuit down 1-2-3 in the 6th, now 2 on with 1 out of the 7th. Fastball down the middle, it's 2-1 to Dean West.
This Bourne team last time against Cotuit allowed 6 runs in those first 2 innings and lost 4-6, so they climbed back but just couldn't get over the hill.
Much smaller deficit this time around. And also Bourne doesn't have to deal with the lack of lights that they did at Lowell Park when they were trying to come back last time out against Cotuit. It felt like the Braves had the momentum before the lack of lights ended the game early.
It's happened 3 times now.
At Cotuit, at YD, and at Brewster. Pitch misses up and outside. It's ball 4. Back-to-back walks here from Colin Fisher in the top of the 7th. Loads the bases.
First 2 walks of the game for the Bravos. Suddenly the control just being lost a little bit. Last time we saw runners in scoring position for Cotuit, they were able to put up a 3 spot. And with action going in the bullpen, Fisher's day could be coming to a close.
It's Scott Landers, Bourne's manager, out of the dugout. When he's on his way to the mound, it doesn't always mean a pitching change. Sometimes just a meeting, as he's also the pitching coach in the dugout. It seems as if Fisher's going to stay, yeah. It is a very, very empty dugout for the Braves right now. There's only 2 players who are not in the starting lineup, and the entire bullpen is out in the bullpen, as well as just the rest of the pitching staff. So there are very few in the actual dugout itself, as Scott Landers makes his way back in. It's Josh Gunther, the righty out of Wake Forest, getting loose in the Bourne bullpen. South Carolina commit who has been really good out of the pen recently for Bourne. Colin Fisher going to look to give it to him, hopefully in the 8th, with this still a 2-run game. But right now, Kettleers have the bases loaded with 1 gone, and Caden Bogan pull up. DH 1 for 3 with an RBI single into center back in the 2nd. First pitch strike. All 3 of the Kettleers runs came in the 7th inning. In the 3rd inning. It was the 7, 8, 9 hitters who all came in to score. Bogan Pole's got 7 RBIs this summer. Could get 8 and 9 with a hit here. He goes a quarter of the way around. They appeal to second. And Jake Brichta says that Bogan Pole held up. Camden Johnson, the lead runner. Case Anderson at second, and Dean West behind him at first. The 1-1. Fastball outside. Back-to-back walks here from Colin Fisher, the first 2 of the day from this Bourne pitching staff. And now the Arkansas lefty trying to get out of this jam. Here's the kick and the pitch. In for a strike, it's 2-2.
Really good offering. He threw 7 Ks in his last time out as a starter. If he can keep finding those Ks as he's done already 3 times, it's a huge out right now.
The kick and the pitch. Curveball just inside. Fisher thought that he got his 4th K of the outing, but no, count full, 3-2. Ball would bring in a run with the bases juiced. 1 out, so the runners will not be running on the pitch. Here's the payoff. Misses upstairs, ball 4. Back-to-back-to-back walks from Colin Fisher after the leadoff single. And a run comes in to score. It's 4-1 Kettleers in the top of the 7th inning as Camden Johnson crosses home on the bases-loaded walk. Now it's the number 3 hitter in the All-Star, Ryan Farber. He's got 12 ribbies this summer and searching for his first hit of the day. He's one of just 2 players in this Cotuit order who hasn't reached yet. First pitch low, and the count 1-0. Farber pops it up very high in the air, shallow left field. And it's caught by Ryan Cooney, an infield fly called either way. And so it's 2 down in the top of the 7th. And Colin Fisher can get out of it here relatively unscathed. 1 is crossed already here in the top of the 7th. Base is still loaded. Now it's the cleanup hitter, Jack Natilli, with a chance to clean up.
You'll take a one-run inning if you're Fisher.
Although it seems as if the day is done for Fisher. With the right-handed hitter due up, Bourne will go with a right-handed pitcher. It's Josh Gunther on his way out of the bullpen. So we'll step aside, be back in a moment. We're still in the bottom of the 7th inning. The score, 4-1 Kettleers over the Braves. You're watching the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network on Cape League TV.
Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the pop.
Back here on the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network and Cape League TV in the top of the 7th inning, the score 4-1. Kettleers lead the Braves. The day done for the left-hander out of Arkansas, Colin Fisher, after 2 2/3. He gave up 2 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3 and is still accountable for all 3 runners on. Case Sanderson on 3rd, Dean West on 2nd, and Caden Bogenpaul on 1st. It's Jack Natilli, the right-handed hitting catcher at the plate. He's 1 for 3 today, and he'll face off against Josh Gunther, the right-hander who's committed to the University of South Carolina. It's been a up-and-down season so far for Gunther. He struggled in his first 2 outings as a starter, but has gone 2 outings in a row out of the bullpen and has completely locked things down and has been really good. His last time out was 8 days ago on July 4th against Wareham. He went an inning, didn't give up any hits or any runs. He struck out 3, but did walk 2. First pitch to Natilli. Off speed in for a strike, and it's 0-1.
Scott Landers often this season has brought in pitchers in high-pressure situations with 2 outs today. Yesterday with Derek Smith, and gives the ball here to Gunther in a big spot. Can't let up anymore.
Landers playing the matchup, going with the right-handed pitcher here against the right-handed hitter, and it's working out so far. The count 0-2. Hitting actually better against righties this year, so he does have reverse splits. Here's the 0-2. That runs inside and hits him on the back. And so it's 5-1 Kettleers here in the top of the 7th inning. First, it was a bases-loaded walk. Now a bases-loaded hit by pitch and 2-run score here in the top of the 7th. Neither of them on hits. Neither of them even on balls in play. So now it's Nolan Stevens, the other Kettleer to not yet reach base today. He struck out in all 3 of his plate appearances. He leads Cotuit with 22 Ks on the season. First pitch from Gunther. Bounced foul down the first base line. Dean West is on third. Ogunpole's on second, and Natilli's on first. All three of them have reached on passes, 2 walks, and a hit by pitch. The Braves will send 5, 6, 7 to the plate in the bottom half of this inning. That's a part of the order that's just 1 for 6 today. Bourne has just 3 hits through 6 innings offensively. Gunther's 0-1, misses upstairs on a 71-mile-an-hour curveball. This Braves offense has struggled to put up big innings ever since that offensive explosion 2 games ago where they scored 12 against Hyannis. 4 runs last night, all 1-run innings. And today we see the other side of things for Cotuit, a 3-run inning in the third, a 2-run inning in the 7th, and it was the same yesterday for Wareham, a 2-run inning in the first, 2-run inning in the 7th. That was all they needed. This ball laced into right field. Aloy back to the track. He looks up, and that one is, they say, a home run. Kahio Aloy is saying it bounced over the fence, and there is still some confusion. Nolan Stevens is back to second. Now he comes home, and Scott Landers is on his way out of the dugout. This is already the 4th time this season that we've seen this happen. I think that ball did bounce over the fence. Scott Landers is going to want to talk about this because it's either a 9-1 game or a 7-1 game. So I think the umpire who is at second, Jake Brichta, thinks that the ball bounced over, but Will Bowers at first thinks that it cleared the fence on the fly.
This one really hard to tell visually. Aloy immediately put his hands up in right field to call as if it were an automatic double, but that one visually was a lot more difficult to see than the ones we've seen in the past that have been up for either side. All 3 umpires wave their hands like it's a home run, and what's important is that you have to have some pretty critical evidence to overturn a call like this.
And they do call it a home run. And so it's a grand slam for Nolan Stevens, and Scott Landers is on his way out. He is not happy with Will Bowers, and deservedly so, or understandably so, if that ball did bounce over, but it was very hard for us to see. The score now 9-1 Cotuit here in the top of the 7th. This game has been turned on its head.
Frankly, a difference between a 6 or an 8-run lead is not the biggest, Adam. But certainly a 6-run lead still manageable to come back from for the Bravos.
Luke Matthews, the 9th player to the plate in this inning for Cotuit. He takes a swing and a miss at the first pitch. Tell you what, Devon, I just took a look back at the called grand slam in our video feed, and it does look to me like the ball did bounce in front of the fence. You can kind of see it go down in front of the advertisements. You can see the outline of the ball. It's already the 2nd time this season at Durham Park that a home run has been called on a ball that bounced shy of the fence. That's just how things happen here at Durham Park. The field is so bouncy, and if you keep watching it over and over again, it does become pretty obvious that that wasn't a home run. But this ball is popped up to first, and it's caught by Braden Holcomb, so that is out number 3 of the top of the 7th. But 6 runs cross for the Kettleers as 9 come to the plate. Just 3 hits, but still an offensive explosion at the top of the 7th for Cotuit. We're into the bottom of the 7th inning. Bourne will send 5, 6, 7 to the plate. looking to get some runs back. You're watching the Bourne Braves Broadcast Network on Cape League TV.
Baseball League, and shares a reminder that when you donate blood, give someone the gift of life.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group, protecting the possible.
Cape Cod 5 is proud to be the official banking partner of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Cape Cod 5 offers a broad range of financial products and services tailored for every stage in your financial journey. Reach out to us. We're here to help.
We're offering 0% for 60 months on CAT's new lineup of compact track loaders. That's 0% for machines that have been redesigned from the ground up. 0% for new features and big comfort.
Nice cab, heated seat, great machine.
0% for more power and performance.
Picked up a big 4,000-pound block like it was nothing.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
You can't have a game on Cape Cod without a little bit of controversy, but that's what makes things always so interesting out here in the Premier Collegiate Summer League. The score now 9-1 Cotuit after that called grand slam in the top half of the inning. In the bottom of the 7th, it's the middle of the order up for the Bourne Braves. The number 5 hitter, Cade Lewis, leads off. First pitch, misses low.
It's a big hole to come back from now, and Bourne has not seen offense consistently this season that would say they could come back from this deficit, Adam. So you got to make a first here against Cotuit in a really important game for standings. You lose this one and you drop to potentially last in the league, or rather in the division and the league.
That 6th spot that Bourne just gave up is tied for the biggest inning that the Braves have allowed all season. It's tied with giving up 6 back on opening day against Harwich and 6 in Game 6 of the season against Brewster. That was a 14-0 loss for Bourne, the worst loss of the season. Now 9-1 here in the bottom of the 8th. The count 3-1 to Cade Lewis as Wyatt Halverson is still out on the bump. Swing and a miss on a fastball upstairs. Lewis heads to first. A walk on the full count. A good at bat as Bourne tries to start a rally here in the bottom of the 7th. Cade Lewis now the first Brave to reach base twice in this game. Gavin Kelly stands in. He's 0 for 2 today. Popped out and struck out looking. He was the first batter that Halverson saw back in the 5th. That pitch bounces in front of the plate. Another look today at the games around the Cape. 2 in the top of the 9th. Wareham leads Hyannis 3-1. Also, YD leads Falmouth 4-1 in an intra-division game. The only other game in action in the middle of the 5th inning, Orleans leads Chatham 5-0. We do have one final already today. Brewster beat Harwich 5-0. Bourne will play Harwich tomorrow at White House Field. That's the Braves' final trip to White House Field this season. There's a double play ball, and 6-4-3, the Kettleers go. It's the 15th double play turn this season by the Cotuit defense. The first one today, and there's 2 outs as Campbell Smithwick makes his way to the dish here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Smithwick 0 for 2 today. He struck out in both of his plate appearances. One of just 2 Braves in the starting lineup to not play yesterday. There was a quick moment where he was the only Brave who's caught this season still on the roster, but Mark Quattrani was added this morning after he spent the first half of the season with Falmouth. Jimmy Keenan left the team after a half of the season. He is expected to get drafted on Monday. Called strike and the count 1-1. Nick Groves also was released last night. Another Brave expected to get drafted in the coming days. Round 1 of the MLB draft is tomorrow night. Rounds 1 through 3, picks 1 through 105, and then rounds 4 through 20, picks 106 through however many there are, a lot, is on Monday. I do miss, though, the days of the 40-round draft where it just made absolutely no sense and the most random players would get picked in the 40th round. 2-1, a slow roller back up the middle. Nice play by Randall, and he gets the job done. And so it's a quick inning for Wyatt Halverson in the bottom of the 7th with help from a double play. He puts Bourne down facing the minimum, and the score after 7, Cotuit 9, Bourne 1. Before we step aside, Marty Chevrolet, your dealer for the people, proudly supports the Bourne Braves baseball team. See all our cars and trucks at martychevrolet.com, and go Braves. Angels Touch in Bourne is your trusted family-owned destination for expert collision repair, detailing, and classic car restoration. Whether it's a fender bender or a full custom rebuild, their certified technicians deliver top-quality craftsmanship with a personal touch. Located on MacArthur Boulevard, Angels Touch is proud to serve the Cape Cod community and support your Bourne Braves. Learn more at CapeCodAutoBodyAndDetailing.com. We'll be back in a moment for the 8th. Braves down by 8.
Elevate your game at the Capelex.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
There's a 0 chance that you'll want to miss our 0% for 72 months offer. For a limited time, CAT is offering 0% on the purchase of many new small excavators. That's 0% for better performance. 0% for next generation features.
Great machine. It's quite impressive.
0% for work tools too. But there's a 0% chance this offer will last. So contact Milton Cat before there's 0 time left.
It's a 9-1 ball game in favor of the Cotuit Kettleers over the Bourne Braves here at Dorn Park. Top of the 8th inning between both sides, and this Cotuit team, fresh off a 6th spot in the top of the 7th, will try and add more, can end the game with a walk-off if they score just 2 runs this inning, but the Bravos will do their best to stay in it. Switches in the field. Instead of a substitute, it's just a swap between left field and catcher. Campbell Smithwick moves to left field, and Gavin Kelly now is behind the dish. The West Virginia Mountaineer had played catcher a good bit for his school back in the spring, but had yet to make an appearance as a catcher with the Bravos. With West Virginia, played 18 games at catcher, 27 games at second base, and 5 in left field. So now he comes into his second most common spot defensively. Gunther still on the mound. He will first face Camden Johnson. Johnson led off the 7th inning. He got on with a base hit that hit off the glove of Ryan Cooney, shortstop, and ended up scoring. So they started with the same batter, and will try and look for the same success. Like I mentioned before, only 2 runs needed from Cotuit here to end the ball game. Gunther's up in the count. rocket to the right side, and that one's into the outfield. 2 good swings by Camden Johnson. He's got 3 hits already, and he's scored twice. The winning run now at the plate for the Cotuit Kettleers. Andrew Wiggins, he struck out, was the only strikeout in that 7th. He's gotten on with a base hit in the 3rd to right field. Struck out twice other than that. This entire Cotuit lineup, but one, has gotten on with a base hit, some with multiple. Ryan Farber is the only one yet to reach base or have a hit. He is an all-star starter at shortstop for the West Division this coming Saturday in the All-Star game. That one's going to get away from Kelly, and Johnson is storming into second base. Gunther in the 1-1 count against Wiggins. A new battery here with Kelly at the plate. It's the first time we've seen that navy and golden yellow catching gear. 1-1. Low and away. Another run to third for Johnson. Close play, but not in time. 2 balls have gotten away from Kelly in his first inning here.
Definitely a big adjustment catching after you haven't for a long time, especially with these high-quality pitchers who just have so much movement.
2-1 is in there for strike 2. Also, you're coming in mid-game. It's not like you had time to prepare for this.
No, not easy, but definitely good that Scott Lander's got the opportunity to just see what Kelly can do behind the plate today.
Foul ball on the 2-2. Wiggins, if he scores, could end this ball game with the mercy rule, 10-7. The top of the 8th right now, it's a 9-1 game. As Gunther offers on the 2-2 and misses. Was a controversial home run just an inning ago. One that certainly bounced in front of the fence. Broken bat to left field. It drops foul. Wiggins going to score 1, or rather drops fair. Wiggins going to score 1 and motor into second base. Just barely did, and the game-winning run in scoring position.
12th hit of the game, just the 3rd for extra bases today by this Cotuit offense, and they just continue to put balls in play and put balls where the Bourne defenders are not. Just a great piece of hitting again by Andrew Wiggins, his 2nd hit of the day, and this Cotuit offense, when it's swinging the bat well, can really pile on runs. We've seen this team really struggle at times, but man, when they're hot, they are really hot. 10 runs already today. This is an offense that scored 6 last game, 8 2 games ago. Earlier in this month, they scored 9 in a loss to Wareham, 19 in that win against Brewster, 11 in a win against Hyannis, 8 in a win against YD. I mean, you know, it's an offense that really is dangerous when it can get things going, but you know, the issue is when it's not going, they can struggle. They've scored just 2 runs in a game, 1. Just 2, and so it's really just great or not great for Cotuit. But when it's great, man, it's so good.
You also compare that to the way they were playing at the start of the season, Adam. It's night and day. Back in June, they had as much as a 6-game, 7-game losing streak in those games. During that streak, scored 2 as the pitch is in there for a called strike 3. They scored 2, 0, 2, 0, 1, and 4.
It took them 9 games to get more than 5 runs for the first time.
Sanderson down looking for a strikeout for Gunther. And now it's back to the top of the order for Dean West. He's got 1 RBI today on a squeeze. And we'll watch the first. Gunther came back against Jack Natilli. Now he sees his 7th batter of the evening. West so far on with a walk. Has had 2 base hits. Swing and a miss on the 2-0 for strike 1. Bravo's trying to stay in this one. It's a 10-1 lead for the Cats as they look to take the series lead over the Bravos 2-1. We've talked about how the game here today has series implications, or rather playoff standing implications, as the 2-1 is a called strike. Wareham right now leading Hyannis in the top of the first. They've got runners on, too, if they want to extend their lead. If they beat Hyannis, then that would leave Bourne as the last team in both the league and the West Division with a loss today. Swing and a miss for West. That's strike 3.
Now batting from the
Gunther now to his 8th, and Caden Bogenpole with 2 outs in the top of the 8th. This Bourne team, if you look at a positive to their pitching so far, is struck out quite a few batters. 12 Ks on the day so far. It's been looking very solid. First pitch from Gunther. Down Broadway.
Something that was definitely a bit surprising through the start of the season was the lack of strikeouts from the Bourne pitching staff. That's been one of the things that they've been known for over the past few years. Last season, we're 2nd in the league in Ks. They've now worked their way up to 4th in strikeouts, 2 shy of 200 on the season.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And if that runner on second scores, it is a mercy rule. Would not be the first time Bourne has faced that here at Dorn Park. The 0-2 from Gunther. Outside. Bogenpole has 2 RBIs on the day. Base hit to center field in the 3rd and had a walk in the 7th to force a run home as well. The offense has been really, really spread out for this Cotuit team. RBIs from the 1 and 2 hitter, the 4 and 5, as well as the 8 and 9. It's about all you could ask for offensively for Cotuit. Maybe you could ask for 19 runs next time, as they had that back against Brewster on July 5th. So not their best offensive game, but nonetheless a dominant one. 2-2 Broadway for strike 3. We end the top of the 8th here, and Bourne needs help. They need 9 runs. So we take a break to see if they can do it when we return in the bottom of the 8th inning here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network on Cape League TV.
Your prizes at the table near concessions. For trading posts.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust, with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
You can make any bat feel lighter by adding a velo puck knob. Instead of having to go get a whole entirely new bat, you can simply add the puck to it. Players can use this with any bat. It's basically going to shift the weight of the bat a little bit more towards the hands. Players are able to hit the ball a lot harder just by simply adding the puck on.
Now batting from Oregon, number 11.
The first batter up for the Braves as they're down by 8 is Ryan Cooney. 0 for 2 so far today with 2 ground outs. Will try and start a rally here for the Bravos. They need 9 runs if they want to stay in this game. They only have 2 more opportunities to do it. 1 right now and 1 in the bottom of the 9th. Last time at home against Cotuit, they did walk it off, but it was a far closer game than what we have right now.
You know, it might be a little bit unreasonable to ask for this offense to score 9 runs in just 2 innings. So I think at the end of the day, what you're looking for here is just some solid at-bats, something that you can bring into tomorrow.
How about a hammered ball to left field? Up, and just drops fair right in the corner. Oh, instead of foul ball, looked like it was on the line for a moment, and then Cooney's going to have to go back. That one hammered to the moon. There's no apex height details that we have at our disposal, but a well-hit ball about 300 feet. Cooney steps back in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Halverson launches one way out in front of the plate. Right there. Halverson has been in this game for quite a while. In his 4th inning of work, only a 2-pitcher game so far for Cotuit. How big would that be? Not only to get a ton from your offense, but also from your pitching staff. Swinging another hammered ball left field side. It's foul again.
It's always a difference maker when you can go through a game without having to go deep into your bullpen. In a situation like this, maybe not as important as normal, as there's just 1 more game until the off day, but still, you know, that means you have a lot more of your bullpen at your disposal tomorrow. And then with that off day on Monday, everyone gets a chance to rest, and you're in a pretty good spot on Monday. And things get really tough for these coaching staffs and pitching staffs after the off day on Monday. You have games 4 days in a row, the All-Star break, and then a lot more games.
Tough play right side. Ball will sail over. So Cooney will advance automatically to second base. And a tough play by Farber. Just let the ball loose a little early at him.
Yeah, that's one that you, looking back on, are probably thinking, I might as well just have pocketed that. That throw was maybe about 10, 15 feet high of the target. I mean, a really tough play for Farber at shortstop to try and, almost Jeter and toss it to first. I think that's part of the reason why Jeter would usually go with the jump throws, because when you do that, you have a chance to kind of throw more down on the ball compared to if you're leaning back like Farber was there. It can tend to just go straight up in the air. But, really, really difficult play, and hey, maybe the start to something for this Bourne offense.
Well, Jeter was an idol for this player up to bat now. John LeGrande grew up in the Bronx, a Yankees fan. I'm also a big fan of Jeter growing up.
I guess you could say I was neutral on Jeter.
Not often are people very neutral on the captain.
He's a great baseball player. I don't think he's as good as some make him out to be, but, you know, winning is a trait that I think needs to be talked about more, and if there's one thing he had, it was that clutch gene and the ability to win.
Tough ground ball right side. Good play by Sanderson. Toss to Halverson and out number 1.
Now batting from Vanderbilt, number 3, Riker Waite.
Jeter probably the most affected player historically by advanced statistics. Statistically, his defense was not great once D-War came out. Supposedly the worst defensive player of all time, according to some people, just by the amount of games he played at shortstop, letting by the most runs. Another player playing shortstop, Riker Waite. He is no slouch defensively. One of the best gloves on this team and has played extremely well for the Bravos. Has a runner on third, the 1-0, outside.
Waite finally broke out of a mini 0-for-7 slump in his last plate appearance, looking to just get hot here now and put together back-to-back hits in this game. Again, even though it's a 9-run deficit, these plate appearances can still be important for momentum when you look at this week as a whole, look at this season as a whole. And you also think about it from the player's perspective. If they're always thinking about their stats a little bit as much as they might not want to think about it. A hit in a 9-run game is the exact same as a hit in a 1-run game if you're talking stats. So these players are still always giving it their all. They know that in a year or two when they're draft eligible that some of the scouts will be just looking at the stats, and these at-bats always matter towards those stats.
We'll take a pause here as there will be a call to the bullpen for the Cotuit Kettleers. We will step aside and come back after this short break with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Cotuit leading 10-1.
Cape Cod Healthcare, we're committed to excellence and compassion in everything we do, like helping people maintain their active lifestyles. Our innovative orthopedic program combines advanced techniques and leading-edge technology with highly specialized teams, including our nationally recognized Center of Excellence for Joint Replacement. Our focus is getting you back to doing the things you love, in the place you love.
The Center of Excellence and the quality of care that we can deliver makes all the difference to the patients. They understand that they can get the best care right here on Cape Cod.
Hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we know there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Now that's how we all win. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
If you can dream it, if you can cruise in it, if you can summer in it, fish from it, or take it for a day at the beach, we can protect it. The Baldwin Group. Protecting the pop.
New pitcher on the bump. Dylan Scudder steps in at 6'7", 252. He is the tallest player on this Cotuit roster. Overall, the biggest as well. That's 6'7". That's quite tall. He comes from Bryant, so he has one teammate on this Bourne pitching staff in Landon White. There's action in the bullpen for the Bravos as well. Colton Hartman getting going out of Louisville. So Braden Holcomb is up to bat. This Bourne team is going to need a big inning here to keep themselves in the ball game. Runners on 1 and 3. Taken by Holcomb to start. Holcomb on the day so far, not his best, 0 for 3. Coming off 2 multi-hit games in his last 4. Had 2 hits against YD with an RBI a week ago today, and then 2 yesterday. Runner's gonna go, swing doesn't come on the ball, and no throw from Natilli. 2 runners in scoring position. That would only cut off 2 of the 9 runs needed for the Bravos.
Make it 10 stolen bases on the season for Riker Wade. He's still perfect, 10 for 10.
1-1 way high. This Bourne team is now on the opposite side of a 10-1 game. They beat the YD Red Sox a week ago, 10-1, at this same park on this same day of the week.
It's a shame. Usually Saturdays is when you'd want to reserve your best game of the week.
How about a deep drive to center field? That one way back, and who does it be over? This time it is called an automatic double in center field. That ball was murdered at 386 feet. The distance to center field and the wall is 395. So it's an automatic double for Braden Holcomb. Just a rocket off the bat at 103. He scores 2 and brings the ball game to now a 7-run lead for Cotuit, 10-3 the score.
Those are the type of hits of why I say this part of the game is still important, even though it's a 9-run ball game. For a guy like Braden Holcomb, sometimes all he needs is that one big hit to get going and get hot.
Cam Kojal is now up. This ball game may not be over. We'll see. 9 not easy to come back from. Here's the 0-1 to Kojal. Soft grounder. Charging in is Scudder. He makes the play at first. Halverson now no longer responsible for anybody on base. He was the reliever just before Scudder. Finishes his day 3 1/3, 3 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. Scudder with a little pressure building here. Holcomb now on third base. And is here, could be driven by Kahio Aloy. No one away on the first pitch. Aloy's been a patient batter a lot this season. Maybe too patient at some times, going down looking. Dylan Scudder works with 3 pitches, fastball, changeup, slider. Big swing and a miss. Aloy 0 for 2 today with a walk. Had the game-winning home run against Wareham last week on Thursday. Had a home run yesterday. Those are his 2 bombs on the season. Boy, could Bourne use one right here. The 2-1. Hard grounder, really high left side. Fielded by Johnson. The throw to first is there. Bourne are able to score 2 here in the 8th inning, and we send things back for Cotuit with a chance to close things out. We'll step aside here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV. The 9th inning ahead.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust, with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
There hasn't been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Back here at Doran Park, Colton Hartman, the new pitcher on the mound for the Bravos. The left-hander out of Louisville has 1 inning pitched so far and has allowed no runs in that 1 inning, but a awkward way.
Yeah, he got a lot of luck by the rain. They had actually fallen behind. Bourne did to Wareham while Hartman was on the mound in the top of the 6th inning. Back on July 3rd, Hartman gave up a pair of runs, but the game was called before Bourne had a chance to hit in the bottom half of that inning, and because of it, the Braves still won it. So Hartman's going to look to bounce back with a better performance today against his former team. Pitched in 4 games last summer for Cotuit.
15.26 ERA in those 4 games and 7 2/3 with the Kettleers. Little revenge game. We saw one of those back on Tuesday between Hyannis and Nick Groves, where he got an RBI there. Hartman has a tall task here. Has to allow it no more than 3 runs to keep the hopes alive for the Bravos in the bottom of the 9th. First batter he sees is Ryan Farber. Swing and a miss on the second pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike now the count. Farber, the only one in this lineup for the Kettleers yet to both get on base or have a hit. So could check all those boxes with 1 swing of the bat right here. Hartman, a native to Lebanon, Ohio. That's very far west in Ohio by Dayton. He kind of got a practice run last time, as we mentioned before, against Wareham. So gets a little lucky to get those runs wiped off his resume. Just needs to continue on a good streak here. Looping curveball, fouled. That one down at 74 miles per hour. 2-2 outside. It's a full count to start. Josh Gunther, the pitcher before Hartman for the Bravos, went 1 1/3, had 3 hits, 3 runs, both earned, with no walks and 3 Ks. High on the 3-2. And for the first time, Farber is going to reach base.
Yeah, I had to think at some point he would. He's been Cotuit's best batter throughout most of the season. He's one of this team's all-stars. He's the only Kettleer to have played in every game this year. So it just took him a little bit of time. Ended up taking 5 plate appearances, but Farber does end up reaching.
Cotuit in their 23rd game on the season. Bourne in their 22nd. Pop up left, or rather right side. It falls out of play. Bravos had one rained out earlier this week on Wednesday. That one's going to be made up down the line. Set to be played on Wednesday, July 23rd at home against Harwich. No longer get that off day. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Jack Natilli in there. Got hit by a pitch in the 7th to score a run. That was the first batter that Gunther faced. Another pop-up from Natilli out of play. The crowd has dwindled quite far down here at Doran Park. Cotuit with more patrons than Bourne at the moment. Don't often see that. So the 0-2 is on its way. Another one fought off. It's Natilli up now, Nolan Stevens on deck, and Luke Matthews in the hole. No outs with a runner on first in the 10-3 ball game. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, and Natilli fights one off once again. Around the league, games coming to a close. Now 3 games final. It's only Bourne and Cotuit's game going on, as well as Orleans and Chatham's. That one at Veterans Field, where the Firebirds are up 5-2 in the top of the 6th inning. Other than that, we've touched on the Brewster win already. As the foul ball comes again. Wareham took down the Hyannis Harbor Hawks 3-2, and YD got the win against the Falmouth Commodores 4-1. So it's really interesting. The top 2 teams in the West Division both fall. The bottom 2 teams, at least one of them has already won, and the Cotuit Kettleers with a win could make it 2, which would bring the standings to everyone within just 4 points. Hyannis and Falmouth tied at first with 23. Wareham and Cotuit at 20 points, and Bourne last at 19. Another foul ball from Natilli. But what parity do we have in this league this year? It's pretty remarkable.
I mean, the fact that you don't have a team over 500 in a division is just insane.
Hyannis at now 10, 10, and 3. Falmouth at 11, 11, and 1. Wareham at 10, 13, and 0. Fastball up and in for ball number 1 of the at-bat. Nearly clipped Natilli there. That is the 8th pitch of the at-bat, and we just got our first strike. The 1-2. Fastball low. This Bourne team look ahead for their next few games. It's Harwich tomorrow before an off day, and then it's the final week of games before the All-Star break. Bourne face Falmouth until he fights off another, the 10th pitch of the at-bat. Beyond Harwich tomorrow, it's Falmouth in Falmouth on Tuesday, home against Hyannis on Wednesday, home against Brewster on Thursday, and at Wareham on Friday, with 2 days off for the All-Star break after that.
The first few games next week are going to be really important. All these divisional games just have extra importance, especially with how this season is going and the tightness at the top of the and bottom of the division, really just all throughout, I guess I should say. But those divisional games are extra important, especially when you consider the fact that most of these teams are struggling against the East.
The 3-2, another foul. We're into what will be our 13th pitch of the at-bat. Tilly juicing every ounce he can out of this plate appearance. Still no outs with the runner on first. And the Bravos down by 7. Swinging a foul ball.
We were just talking earlier about how quick this game is going by. We're over the 3-hour mark now. These past couple of innings have just really taken a long time.
The first
guys are just struggling to throw strikes. That's one of the big parts of it. We've also seen a lot of runs on the board. There were just 3 runs in the first 5.5 innings of this game, and now we've seen 11 of them since the bottom of the 6th.
Here's the payoff pitch once again. Swing and a miss for strike 3. It took 14, and finally Tilly goes back to the dugout. His second strikeout on the day, and the first here from Hartman.
Hartman just kept pounding the zone in that at-bat, just pitch after pitch inside the strike zone, and he ends it off with a fastball that almost couldn't have been more down the middle.
Nolan Stevens, the 5 batter in the order, now digs in to the lefty's batter's box. Outside on the first offering. Something that does make this playoff current standings interesting, Adam, is there could be multiple teams in the hunt for the playoffs going into that final week. You could have a team in first place, if things hold, that is, going into that final week that doesn't make the playoffs. It really makes things a lot more interesting come early August and late July.
That's best for everyone, and to be honest, it's almost best for the teams too. It's so common in this league, if you clinch a playoff spot a week before, 2 weeks before the season comes to an end, things can get really tough for your team, because then you have, you know, a long time, a lot of baseball to play when you're not actually playing for anything. And, you know, even though you're so hot at the start of the season, that can start to go away.
Holcomb fields a rocket. Nearly fights off the 107-mile-per-hour ball off the bat of Stevens to get the out at first.
You just think back to last season where you had the 3rd and 4th place team, their respective divisions, playing in the championship game. The first place teams, Whitey and Hyannis, had just kind of gotten to a point where they had already peaked earlier in the season. That's been Whitey's issue a ton recently, is they play so well at the start, they clinch a playoff spot, and then they don't have anything to play for, and things just start to fall apart. You see that sometimes in Major League Baseball too. You think of rest versus rust being a big topic of discussion a lot of the time. Of course, you're still playing, but it's a mental rest at times when you don't have important games down the stretch.
Luke Matthews now in. You look historically, too, under Scott Landers. His teams haven't won a gazillion games before the playoffs. He's made the Cape League Championship now 3 times in a row, has won twice, and in his 3 seasons before this one, his team went 24-9-3, 23-14-7, and then 23-20-1. Or rather, that 24-9-3 was not Scott Landers. So 23-14-7, 23-20-1. Just a few games above 500, not a ton. In there for strike 3 against Matthews to retire this side. It's the last opportunity for the Bravos as we take things to the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll step aside here on the Bourne Braves Broadcasting Network and Cape League TV.
There's been a ton of training when it comes to bat speed or products for players to be able to train bat speed. You can improve your bat speed and reach your goals working 10 to 15 minutes a day on this a couple of times a week. That's a no-brainer for every player.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
One source has it all. The pros' go-to rental choice for the newest and most reliable equipment for any job. One source that has a team you can rely on, the people and a name you trust, with the tools you need. One source with a location near you and wherever the work takes you. Milton Rents, the right equipment when and where you need it.
One more chance for the Bravos in the final inning. Bottom of the 9th as the Cotuit Kettleers lead the game 10-3. And it's Cade Lewis to begin. Lewis, the lefty batter for the Bravos, headed into this game leading the squad in batting average. Takes a first pitch strike. This team has yet to find a lot of runs in a single inning that has kept them out of this ball game. The 6th spot in the 7th for Cotuit was the real hammer. Tough ground ball up the middle. Good play, and it's out number 1 for Scudder.
It's a heck of a play by Dylan Scudder off the mound to knock the ball straight down, keep it close to him. It's really impressive stuff by the big right-hander out of Bryant. He's using his size to his advantage out there. That 6'7" reach helped him get to the ball.
Before we continue, this broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Any unauthorized duplication, retransmission, or other use is strictly prohibited. Gavin Kelly, the new batter. Scudder will offer a strike on the first pitch. Scudder came in to begin the 8th inning. In this game here between the Bravos and Cotuit is the final one left on the Cape. Orleans does beat the Chatham Anglers 5-2 after the game was called to inclement weather. The fog at Veterans Field was too much.
We're at that point of the year, we're out in Chatham. It can be almost every single night where they get fogged out. Those games out east usually doesn't become an issue out west. Last year, though, it was. For the first time in a very long time, a pair of games got fogged out here at Durham Park. Usually it's only an issue reserved for the Far East teams.
Kelly will fight off the 0-2. He has no one on with 1 out. If the Bravos want to stay in this game, they're going to have to score 7 of their next 9. The 0-2. Out into right field. And that one into the glove of Stevens.
Now batting from Oklahoma State, number 45, Campbell Smithwood.
Good contact by Kelly, sending it the opposite way. Again, there's things that you can take away always, even when your team is down. You always like to see a hitter at least put the ball in contact, and I'll put it in play. The lack of strikeouts from this Braves offense is also something that you can look at as a positive. Only one yesterday, definitely more today with 8 of them, but still, strikeouts were the really big issue at the start of the season for Bourne, and they've definitely calmed down a little bit and gotten better at their plate discipline. In the latter half of this game, they've been really good. No strikeouts since the 6th.
This could be it. Play to the left side. Johnson, the throw across the diamond is there in time. And the Cotuit Kettleers win the ball game 10-3.
Fans, we ask that you please remove your chairs from Dorn Park when you leave this evening. Welcome to
a game that will be defined by the 7th inning for the Kettleers, where they scored 6.
Thank you for your cooperation.
A controversial grand slam to right field that certainly bounced in front of the wall and was instead called a home run. Would have made things a 8-3 game instead of 10-3, but of course that changes the way Bourne approaches their at-bats.
Yeah, but either way, still just a really tough game for Bourne, especially after how good the pitching was for the first 6 innings to just give up a 6th spot in the 7th. And after that, you just really don't have much of a chance because you're down by so much. You're down 9-1. But, even then they fought, put up a pair of runs in the 8th, and didn't give up. That Braden Holcomb double, definitely a encouraging sign in the 8th inning for him to hit one well over 100 miles an hour off the bat, almost a home run into straightaway center field, something that's almost impossible to do here at Dorn Park. So, a tough one, but still definitely a few positives to take away for Bourne.
Bourne looked really good at the plate. Didn't have a lot of strikeouts in that sense, even though they only scored 3 runs. And will now have to drop on the season to 9-12-1 with this game over. Cotuit advances to tied for 3rd in the West Division at 9-12-2. The Bravos will come back tomorrow against an out-of-division opponent in the Harwich Mariners. Last time they were at Harwich was game 1 of the season, where they lost 7-5. So we appreciate you all so much for listening to our broadcast and watching today. On behalf of our producer, Gabriella, Voccio, our sideline reporter, Ariel, Tamir-Pinsky, Adam Gotkin, and I say so long here from Dorn Park, and we will see you tomorrow at 5:20 p.m.